are high, and the stakes are even higher. Welcome to the NJAC Finals here at MSU Soccer Park. This is where you want to be. Hi, folks. I'm Vincent Picone, and he's Justin Randell. It's going to be a game to remember tonight. The number 11 ranked Rowan Profs come into the house of the NJAC regular season champs, the Montclair State Redhawks. Looking to take away an NJAC Championship. These two have versed before in big playoff games, but it all comes down to this. Justin, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to call this game alongside you. This is the NJAC final between two outstanding rivals who have seen so much with each other in the history of this sport. So this is going to be a great matchup, and I'm so excited to be here alongside you for this.
Well, you want to know, Justin, I'm happy to be alongside you. It's going to be a great night, nice and chilly over here. The tensions are warming us up for sure. But before we get to anything, let's check out how the Redhawks flew to the finals. It's that time of the year once again. Welcome, and NJAC playoffs begin. Finds a hole, Mackenzie Albert, guarded by three. Shot incoming. Kylie Prendergast. Goal Montclair. Goal Montclair. 1-0. 1-0 Redhawks. Prendergast. Prendergast shot. Montclair State goal. Adding the cushion. Nothing Redhawks. Inside. Coming around. Goal! NJCU on the board, and the fans are erupting. 2-1 for 14th time in program history. Montclair State is going to the NJAC Finals.
Really happy for this group of kids. I thought that coming in August, I didn't know we were going to be capable of this.
Freshman, I'm glad that this program chose me, and then I chose it. I'm just forever grateful that I got to play with it.
Playoff time, so win in advance, and you got to be in the game Friday night to have a chance to win it. So we're pumped that we're still playing.
Well, now, such a phenomenal game, beating NJCU 2-1, and we were on the call for that as well. A game to remember. Justin, you see it on the screen now. Not only 24 hours later, they would talk about the awards. Justin, take us through these big winners.
Yeah, well, the Redhawks had a remarkable 6 players named first-team All-NJAC, including Kylie Prendergast, Shannon Mullins, Solange Bell, Isabel Cronow, Emily Schuler, and Aria Hicks. Representing second-team All-NJAC included freshman phenom Carly Gazzardo, as well as Mackenzie Albert. But Vin, wait. There's a lot more to get through here. Kylie Prendergast earned Offensive Player of the Year, Shannon Mullins Midfielder of the Year, Solange Bell Goalkeeper of the Year, Carly Gazzardo Rookie of the Year honors, and last but certainly not least, we have to honor Coach Patrick Notter and his assistants Aaron Sullivan and Nicole Carbone, who took home the Joe Russo Coaching Staff of the Year award. A huge congratulations once again to all the award winners. But Vin, it begs the question, how exactly did Rowan secure their place in the NJAC final?
Let's take a look and see this intense battle between the two. Now, we know how the Redhawks got here, but they had an undefeated season to beat NJCU in the thriller of semifinals. For the Profs, it was a little bit harder. They lost the NJAC because of the TCNJ Lions. So, it went to a shootout. As you can see, first scoring in the 110th minute in the PKs, Alyssa Alfano, and right after, it would be Angela Olavito who would score. TCNJ would need to respond quickly, and with Lee Ettinger in the goal, she would miss. And a huge stop for TCNJ that halted almost their entire season. We'd see a big goal from Liana Sanfelice, who we'll see again tonight. She was a threat on the field in their last matchup. And Rowan would miss another big PK shot. Rowan would need one more to put them against the wall. And with Sarah Weidman setting up, you can see she goes for the left side, and it hits off the hand and dribbles in. And with the game on the line, Taylor Crott misses. Rowan would go to the NJAC Finals, and that's exactly how it would go. Now, it all comes down to this. Justin, we've talked about this a lot in the last couple days. I don't think this game will be decided in 90 minutes. Their last matchup was 2-2. Their last matchup against TCNJ was 2-2. We look at the bracket now, and Justin, really take us through this bracket. Take us through the history of these two teams. Both of them had different ways to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, the Redhawks, they had the #1 seed, so they earned that first-round bye, as did Rowan did. So it was almost a tale of two stories that these two teams got an opportunity to meet each other here in the NJAC Finals. And you see they took different paths. Montclair State, they won in the semifinals in regulation. Rowan, on the other side, they won it in PKs. So just different paths to get to this point, but it all leads to them coming together. But we have to take a look at the playoff history between Montclair State and the Rowan Profs, because it's not a rare occurrence that these two teams meet each other on the big stage, because this will be now the 9th time in history that both programs cross paths in the playoffs. The Redhawks have gotten the better of the Profs with a 5-3 playoff record to the date, but Vin, honestly, I think the most intriguing part about this history is the fact that the last 4 matchups have come in the last 5 seasons between each other. And in 2021, Rowan beat MSU 1-0 in the NJAC final. The following year, Rowan was crowned the 22 NJAC champions, defeating the Redhawks 2-1. However, though, MSU, they would turn the tide as they went into Glassboro last season and took down the Profs 2-1 in overtime, which earned them the rights to play in the 2024 NJAC final. And Vin, you know, this season we got to see a small sample size as to what's to come when these two teams face each other in mid-October. Take us through that first meeting of the season.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a quick look at this. I know we're bouncing around like crazy bananas, but Montclair takes on Rowan on the 18th. You see Angela Oliveto scores in the 3rd minute of the game. Header that goes into the top right corner. You see, it's her 4th goal on the season, and it would pay dividends. Kylie Prendergast, though, would find the equalizer later on. She leads in goals in NJAC play this year with 9. This would come in the second half to tie it up after a little bit of a break and a talk from Coach Naughter. Olivietto, though, just like Darth Vader, strikes back. 2nd goal of the day and 2nd straight game with 2 goals. You want to know the other game?
What's that?
TCNJ right before that. She had 5 of her 6 goals in a 3-game span. Incredible for her. Then you look, Shannon Mullins with the back up against the wall. She would score in this huge kick that comes in, bouncing around. You see Mullins finds it right there, and again slots it into the upper right-hand corner. This is the first time TCNJ all season Rowan gave up 2 goals. It would finish 2-2. Now, listen. We're in playoffs now. There will be no ties. It all comes down to this, Justin. And it'll be an exciting one for sure.
It's definitely going to be an exciting one for sure, and I'm just so excited to really, get this thing rolling here. I mean, these are two teams, again, that are just have so much history against each other, and I expect this to be a really tight affair, and it's going to be great. But we're going to have to send it down now to the pitch where Tyler Copen stands by to talk to the crowd. Tyler, take it away, man.
What's happening, guys? It's a chilly one down here, but I must say, you guys up there in the booth look extremely warm. And just like you guys, these two teams have been red hot. The Profs, 6-0-3 in their past 9 games, and one of those wins came on Tuesday against the #3 seed TCNJ Lions that got them here to this championship tonight. Montclair, on the other hand, keep their unbeaten season alive. Improve their record to 13-0-5 after a win also on Tuesday against the #4 seed NJCU Gothic Knights. A lot of star power for these two squads, but 2 players that really stand out and you're going to have to watch for in this game are Olivia Giordano for the Profs and Kylie Prendergast for the Redhawks. Both of them have had outstanding seasons for their respective squads and their entire career, as well as both of them have only come off the bench twice since their freshman year. And these attackers have nearly identical stats this season. Prendergast ranks first in goals with 14, ranks 5th in shots on goal with 26, ranks 2nd in game-winning goals with 5, and tied for 1st in points with 33. Giordano, on the other hand, 2nd in goals with 13, tied for 1st in shots on goal with 39, tied for 1st in game-winning goals with 7, and tied for 1st in points with Prendergast at 33. These two are top-tier players in the NJAC, as both have received all NJAC first-team honors, but Prendergast came on top in the awards as she was named NJAC Offensive Player of the Year. don't doubt for a second that Giordano took that lightly, as both of these players rather have an NJAC championship this season.
And welcome back here. Tyler, that was a phenomenal report. And just like he said, I mean, we're talking a little bit about that comparison between Giordano and between Prendergast. And listen, Justin, we were here. Prendergast and the entire team on this play had a really good goal. We'd like to take you through a little telestration as it's almost game time now. To get you through this amazing banger of a goal. So let's look at this. I mean, this was against NJCU. You can see right now, Mackenzie Albert's making a big break. She goes through. You see Shannon Mullins, but what you don't see is Kylie Prendergast on the backside. So let's run that back one more time to take you through how they broke it down and worked like a team. So right here, as you can see, you got Mackenzie Albert, Shannon Mullins, and Kylie Prendergast. Keep a big eye on Kylie Prendergast here and Shannon Mullins. Right here, Mackenzie Albert's looking towards Shannon Mullins. But look on the backside. Kylie Prendergast is standing still and is almost backing up on this play right now. The two are forward. Shannon Mullins and Mackenzie Albert are forward. Kylie Prendergast is way back. She's going to zoom in. All defenders are near Mackenzie Albert and Shannon Mullins, but she's not up there. She's going to make a swift move and find the back of the net. And you look at this replay. Look at this. Shannon Mullins deflects the ball to go behind. She knew the play was coming. And that's the teamwork that is going to win. If they're able to put that together, that's what's going to be a big threat against a number 11 team like the Rowan Profs.
It was just a great play in general from Albert, getting it across to Mullins and then ending up finding it to Prendergast. So just overall, it was a great play to begin with. But Vin, you know, it's almost time for game time here. But yeah, we're just we're getting ready for the action. I can't wait to get this game rolling here.
All right, well, let's take you into the action as the pitch is about to start. Both teams are on the field, and we are excited to bring you NJAC Final Soccer here at MSU Soccer Park. It doesn't get much better than this, as the Redhawks are excited to get it started. They'll start off. The Rowan Profs in the brown with white numbers. Montclair State Redhawks in the white with black numbers.
And Vin, I just want to reiterate kind of what Tyler was saying during the report when he compared Prendergast and Giordano. But realistically, I think the biggest target here for Olivia Giordano is Carly Gazzardo of the Redhawks, because I think I'm going to see a lot of those two players going at it tonight.
Well, getting it started, trying to get on offense quickly. Rowan won one player award, and that was Juliana Giordano, who would take home the Defensive Player of the Year award. And you know this defense is really, really good for Rowan. They gave up a total of 7 goals this year. That's terrifying, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, Justin.
No, it is terrifying, and it's all kudos a lot to Leigh Ettinger, who is in goal tonight for the Rowan Profs. So the Redhawks, they have a lot of, they have a lot to deal with Ettinger in net. So it's going to be interesting to see what Montclair State does to try to catch Ettinger off balance in this game.
Well, the one thing that I have to say, and Justin, you brought up a really good point with Ettinger, both of these goalies don't face a lot of shots. The defense in front of them is electric, to say the least. For MSU, I mean, you have that mix of the Rookie of the Year, Aria Hicks, and Emily Schuler, as on the side is Cronau. It'll be a goalie kick.
It looked like Cronau just lost a little bit of possession along the side. Goal kick the other way, but you like to see that little bit of pressure early on, Vin, by the Redhawks. It's really going to be interesting to see, who gets off to the faster start and, who takes more chances and kind of just tries to get that first goal early and set the tone in the game.
Mullins kicks it back, and Ettinger is going to have an easy play. No harm, no foul. Ettinger, also the freshman in goal, has been phenomenal throughout this year. Taking it away on the sidelines, Olivia Giordano.
And there you see, as I mentioned before, the battle of Gazzardo and Giordano along the side. And in that case, it looked like Gazzardo won the battle, getting the goal kick in. But as I said before, those two players, they're going to see a lot of each other in this game.
Justin, this is going to be a game to remember for sure. I mean, these two have such a history against each other. As you said, both going for their 6 NJAC championships. And it all comes down to this. Both of these teams have insane histories as the ball's bouncing up at the midfield. Trying to take it away. Rowan is successful with Giuliano Giordano.
It was good work from Giordano along the side, but the Redhawks now go the other way, Vin.
Albert trying to look for Cronow. Can't successfully find her, but they will have it throw-in.
I got to say, I know it's hard to see it on the screen, but right in front of us, it's a pretty packed house here, Vin. I mean, there is a lot of fans. You see all the Rowan's fans coming from Glassboro.
On the side, Ettinger. Pick it up. Sorry, Justin, keep on going.
No, you're good. I mean, I just wanted to say, that it's an action-packed crowd here. Fans from Glassboro took the trip all the way down to Montclair, New Jersey, to witness this NJAC final. So it's good to see that fans from both sides are here gathered today to watch this event.
In Montclair's defensive territory, trying to kick it away. The Profs take advantage on the back line with Corson. At the midfield. Coming on strong is Lukovic. And trying to take it away on the far side is Schuler. Schuler with a move. Looking for Cronow. Cronow loses it for just a second. And Oliveto is able to put it away. But, I mean, right there, that's making a big movement early. By this point in their last matchup, Oliveto already found the back of the net. So you're already looking better than you were before.
Yeah, no, this has been a great start for the Redhawks. They've made a bunch of defensive plays, a couple of moves down the sideline, putting themselves in position for scoring opportunities. But you like to see the action early on for the Redhawks and trying to set the tone in this game. Albert
goes back to Henderson. And looking for a kick. It's deflected away. Schuler going to the far side. And that one will roll out.
That one was a little bit too far. It looked like it was Shannon Mullins going for the ball. But a good idea from Schuler trying to switch the field. And
kicked away. Throw in for the Profs. And Rocky the Red Hawk is in the building. Doesn't get much better than this.
There wouldn't be no NJAC final without Rocky. I mean, come on.
Is Rocky booing the Rowan fans? Rocky's coming to the booth.
He might be joining us.
Kicked it in. Over to the side. Giordano. And Schuler is there.
And great defense from Schuler, knocking it away from Oliveto. And that's another key matchup that I'm also looking to see in the midfield area between Oliveto and Schuler.
Gazzardo punts it out. Over to Ettinger. And you got to wonder, if you're the Redhawks in these situations on defense, do you try to connect it through a couple passes on the defensive end, or do you just say, no, we're going to punt it. As long as it's on the other side, we have a little bit of chance to reorganize.
No, I think for the Redhawks, you got to work the ball through the middle, but it has to be quick, efficient passes. If you settle it down for just a second, there's always going to be a Rowan player right there to take the ball away. So it's really going to have to be a lot of quick decisions from the Redhawks if they want to have a chance to break down the Rowan defense.
Gazzardo against Giordano. Headed. Shannon Mullins finds Aria Hicks. Hicks goes through the middle. Prendergast can't control it. And taking it away is the Profs, giving it once again to Olivia Giordano. And that one's going to be kicked into the corner. Henderson is going to have to deal with it with Oliveto right behind her.
Yeah, good shielding there from Henderson, just letting the ball roll out, giving Solange Bell the opportunity to send the ball away and let the Redhawks regroup and get into position on offense.
Solange Bell. A breakaway here. Giordano. Giordano on the sideline, guarded by Gazzardo. And that one's headed by Hicks and is able to take a nice spin. Prendergast is going to find it, and just kicking it away is the Montclair State defense.
And that was great defense from Hicks because Bella Moore was right there to receive it. So if Hicks doesn't get ahead on that ball was landing right on the feet of Moore with a chance for her to take a crack at the net.
Kronow. Lukovic pushing her down. And when we got to talk to Coach Nodder, he told us plain and simple, his most improved player, Samira Lukovic, if it wasn't for her, quote, they would have had to play in the quarterfinals. They did not have to, as this ball sent in the middle and kicked over. Giordano can't handle it, and Gazzardo's there. Mackenzie Albert dribbling through defenders.
And that's a smart decision from Albert. She knew that she didn't have any room to move up the field, so instead she elects to just pass it back to Hicks and let her team regroup. And those are the plays that really kind of go unnoticed. You don't see on the stat sheet. You know, instead of trying to force the ball up the field, you just elect to regroup and just set up your formation in the right order instead of just trying to force a dangerous play.
San Felice sends it back. San Felice is one of those players that had a huge PK in their last matchup, riding the high of getting to the NJAC Championship, but you can't let it get to your head. Number 7, Sarah Wieldman sending it in, and the first shot on goal comes from the Profs. No good, though, as right there is Solange Bell, the goalkeeper of the year. And listen, Justin, the same way that Kylie Prendergast has Giordano on her side, or right behind her for Offensive Player of the Year, I think Leigh Ettinger has the exact same tension between Solange Bell. Both of them phenomenal. Ettinger, 8 shutouts during the year.
Yeah, no, both of these goalies come in with great track records, and it's going to take a lot of effort to get a goal.
On the far side, coming inside, kicking it away is Henderson, and Schuler able to avert a crisis. It looked like Giordano was once again trying to find the middle of the field to take an open shot on Bell. On the far side, that one will roll out. Juliana Giordano on that one. Kick's not perfect.
And it was great defense momentarily by Schuler. First we saw Hicks with the header, clearing it out of harm's way. Now Schuler doing the same thing, but this time using her foot.
0-0 start here in the NJAC Finals. It all comes down to this to see who will walk away with the 2025 championship. That one gets away. Ettinger controlled it. I think I got a little ahead of myself for a second there, right? I'm old enough to admit when I'm wrong.
Well,
I think she had total control of that.
I will say, though, Ettinger did take her eye off the ball momentarily, which is why the ball went past her. I didn't think she thought the ball was coming in that fast to her, so she had to react quickly. Fortunately enough, she was able to receive the ball and avoid danger there. But, I mean, Vin, I think you said it perfectly. I mean, she took her eye off the ball for one split second and almost was dangerous.
Albert intercepts. Coming in close is San Felice, and she's going to need to pass it back to Lukovic. Prendergast going at it. Ball goes forward, and Ettinger is able to corral it in. 33 minutes left in the first half. 0-0 score. Once again, we thank you for joining us here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. I'm Vincent Pacone, and he's Justin Randell. Big game. A lot of tension. Justin, were you excited for this one?
Oh, I was very excited. I mean, I had this marked on my calendar. as soon as Tuesday night concluded when the Redhawks won in the NJAC semifinals. So, we've been preparing for this game for the last 3 days, and, it's finally here, Vin.
Today's like Christmas. Except our present is the NJAC finals. I think that's the best way. Think about it. Rowan on the near side, trying to send it in. Mullins is there. Inside once again, it's deflected. Lukovic kicks it away, and once again, averting a crisis. Right there, Justin, take us through that.
Yeah, that was a very dangerous play, especially because Hicks was right in the middle of the 18, and she kind of had to make the save for Solange Bell, so it made her job a little bit easier, but give a lot of credit to Aria Hicks for clearing it away and avoiding a big scoring opportunity for Giordano.
Oliveto surrounded by 3, and now keeping it away from Isabel Cronau.
And Vin, we've played just about 14 minutes so far into this first half as that ball trickles out of play for a goal kick. But we played 14 minutes so far, and there's only been 1 shot on goal to this point, and it was by Rowan, where it was the shot from, I believe, Olivia Giordano. And since then, there hasn't really been too much on the stat sheet for the Redhawks except issuing 1 foul.
Mullins deflects that off her body, and Schuler is able to keep it away. Prendergast put a little emphasis on that one. I believe that's Riley Fortna on the far side that took that. Stoppage of play. And while we have this quick stoppage of play, let's give you your starting lineup since we didn't get to earlier. For the Rowan Profs, the number 11 team in the country in D3 women's soccer. Number 0, Leigh Ettinger. Number 2, Olivia Giordano. Number 3, Angela Oliveto. Number 7, Sarah Weidman. Number 11, Sienna Sowers. Number 12, Leanna Sanfelice. Number 14, Bella Moore. Number 15, Hannah Ferris. Number 18, Juliana Giordano, the twin of Olivia. Number 28, Riley Fortna. And number 34, Elena Corson. That one's sent back. Albert will intercept it, and they're just going to keep it away. Playing games as Sowers finds a trickle through, guarded closely by Schuler. Trying to send it inside, and Mullins is there. Mullins, of course, won NJAC Midfielder of the Year, and she'll find it once again. Just kicking it away. Kylie Prendergast goes to the far side, kicking it in between. Schuler goes around the defense to Gazzardo. Gazzardo with some room. Wow. Playing with Oliveto.
And a smart move from Gazzardo, just again tracking back and resetting the play rather than forcing anything through Oliveto, because we know how dangerous Oliveto can be as far as taking the ball away. She does have 6 goals to her name this season, so that is a big scoring threat that Rowan has besides Giordano.
I mean, talk about awards. We were just talking about Carly Gazzardo, the Rookie of the Year right there. Gazzardo's going to throw it in. Popping it up. Fans are excited. Imagine if there's a call on the fence. It's going to sound like Mount Vesuvius is erupting in front of us. Oliveto finding Giordano. Schuler is right there. Schuler taking it. Henderson over to Gazzardo, and Gazzardo, wow. Great footwork to get around that one, although Oliveto is able to take it away. Giordano going to the far side, and that one's going to stay in. Wow. Nice job of keeping it in by Weidman. Weidman with the first shot of the game, trying to look for another one. Sending it inside. They'll go outside. The shot. Bouncing around. That was a threat to be reckoned with. And it'll slow down.
Yeah, I think there was a foul, a little bit of head-to-head contact there, but another dangerous opportunity from Giordano. As soon as she received the ball, she just took a shot at the net. It hit a couple of Montclair bodies and found its way to get out of harm's way once again. And I think it was mainly Kira Henderson who got the body to it, as she's the one to clear the ball away.
Kira Henderson, another freshman phenom that we've seen all year, along with Emma Edwards, this Montclair State team. Kicking it over to Sowers. Sowers will send it back to her defense. Very exciting season for both of these teams. As we said, Rowan, number 11 ranked. Who ended their season last year? Montclair State.
Yep.
For Montclair State, it's an undefeated season that they win to the NJAC finals last year and would lose to TCNJ. Rowan beats TCNJ this year to stop the three-peat.
And again, we talked about it at the top as well. This is now the fifth meeting in the last 6 years between these two teams. So they've seen a lot of each other as far as in the playoffs. So it's just, again, just such a great rivalry. Of course, we know as far as, in another sport, got the Breakfast Bowl, of course, Montclair State and Rowan. So there's just so much history between these two programs in all facets of sports.
Sent back to the midfield. Corson. Cronow charging quickly. Trying to take that one away. Well, I mean, Justin, one thing that I do have to say is if the Breakfast Bowl is for football, I think this should be the lunch meat cold cuts bowl. At least the lunch meat cold cuts sandwich between these two. Although, I mean, especially in women's soccer, these two, there is no love between the two.
No.
There's a big rivalry between Rowan and TCNJ and Montclair and TCNJ, but nothing is quite like Rowan and Montclair. On the far side, Oliveto sending it in. Heading it. Making moves. Getting it through. Mackenzie Albert. Reading the field and finds Prendergast. In the middle. Trying to get through. Prendergast can't breathe.
A great defensive play by Liana Sanfelice in the midfield area, taking it away from the offensive player of the year, Kylie Prendergast. And right now, just by looking at Prendergast, hasn't seen too much action with the ball. I think that was like the first time she's really held on to it than more than like 5 seconds. So Rowan has done a good job of keeping Prendergast quiet throughout this first half now with 20 minutes gone by.
Coming inside. Wow. Another opportunity. Giordano. Shot. Bell goes to the ground and makes the save.
What a stop from Solange Bell, diving from her right to her left. And she almost lost possession of it at the last second. And somehow she was able to regain it and clear it away, because at the far post was Bella Moore, who I thought was about to tap it in for a goal, but somehow Solange Bell was able to smother it and keep it a scoreless game, Vin.
Mackenzie Albert. Mackenzie Albert at the midfield. Looking for something. She'll get it. No complaints from nobody there as the crowd goes silent. Did not think that was going to happen.
And now Aria Hicks will do her usual, taking the free kick.
And look at this replay right here. Bell sliding to her left to make that catch.
And then you saw Bella Moore again at that far post, hoping for the rebound, and Bell was able to hold on to it. So just an overall great play by the goalkeeper of the year.
Yeah, it's really hard to take breaks from this one. It keeps going. Mullins Loses it for a second. Corson. Justin, I mean, we've seen intense battles, but this is one of them that it just feels like it could win an Oscar.
That's good terminology, Vin. I like that.
Good terminology.
Yeah, win the Oscar. I like that.
Win the Oscar. Corson fakes out Crow now. Justin, we're about 23 minutes in. Can you really take us through what we've seen so far between these two? Because to what some may see as just a 0-0 game has really felt intense, and then Rowan is pushing on the offense.
Yeah, and so far I think we talked about it before. In the first 5 minutes, it looked like Montclair State had more of the edge of play, getting the opportunities down the sideline. But realistically, on the stat sheet, Rowan has had more stats to their name. They've had 3 shots in total, 2 shots on goal. And as we saw moments ago, the big save from Solange Bell could have easily been 1-0. But in these last few minutes now, Rowan has had more of the edge of play, to be honest with you, Vin.
Put it in the back. Corson. Sending it inside. Looking for another opportunity. Henderson hits it away, and a corner kick incoming for the Rowan Profs.
It looks like it's going to be Olivia Giordano who's going to take the corner kick. This is now the first corner kick of the game, Vin, for the Profs. So you're now putting your leading goal scorer on the end line, taking the corner kick. We'll see what happens.
Sending it inside. Staying in the box is Bell, and it'll go over the net. Wow.
Yeah, it took a couple of headers by the Rowan Profs, but ultimately it went out of play off the corner kick. I think the last to get the touch of it was Hannah Ferris on that corner kick. But as we say, Vin, we talked about it a lot on Tuesday, threat avoided.
Yes,
on the corner kick.
Kicking it to the far side.
Yeah, great defense from Emma Edwards. Just stepping in front of the passing lane and clearing it away out of play. It's the little things from Emma Edwards that makes her one of the top defenders on this Montclair State team.
Kicking it away is Lukovic. Keeping it out of harm's way. Inside Hicks. Taking it away and kicking it even farther to make Rowan really work for it here. 20 minutes left on the clock. Inside, outside the box. Crow now. Finds that she's going to kick it away. Doesn't get much better than this, Justin.
No, it does not. And again, we're just going to reiterate it. A lot of the action has been in Montclair State's defensive half.
Sending it inside. Looking for someone for the Profs. Taking it away is San Felice. San Felice. Wow. I've said it once before. I'll say it again. Montclair's defense is like gum on the bottom of your shoe. You're not going to get it away. But in this case, Rowan is too. Kicking it up is Henderson. Crow now. Sideline is going to keep it in, and it'll cross sides. Quickly, the defensive player of the year, Juliana Giordano, is going to be able to pick it up.
And that's exactly what she does. She gets the ball away, resets with her team, and now she looks to send the ball out to the left side, Vin.
Albert. Gazzardo. I see one player that's open, I think. And they're going to send it to the far side. It's a foot race. Now we'll roll out. In that opportunity there, I mean, you can see on the far side, she is guarded very you know, there's a brick wall in front of her, but Kylie Prendergast had a little bit of room. Thought maybe the pass could go there. It's a hard pass to make, though, while you're running and you're trying to send it to the opposite field.
But because of the presence of Kylie Prendergast, that forced the Rowan defender to clear the ball as soon as she touched it. You know, when you score that many goals, you score 14 goals in a season, all you're trying to do is clear the ball away as soon as you see a player like Kylie Prendergast in pursuit.
Throwing it in. Lukovic giving them nothing. Giordano, far side with some room. Schuler is there trying to make a name. Henderson kicks it away.
And
Threat averted once again. There you go.
That's the one. And again, it was a great play from Kira Henderson. She steps in front of the passing lane on the attempt from Giordano, who actually could have taken more space up the field, Vin, to be honest with you. But instead, she tried to make the pass. Kira Henderson stepped in front and cleared the ball away once again.
On the back end. And also, for Montclair, I mean, 17 minutes remain in this first half. This has been a game to remember. And also, Coach Naughter, who says that, you know, they usually use their bench a lot, hasn't started anyone from the bench. Nobody looks like they're coming off yet. All starters for possibly 90 minutes as that one rolls out. And I think a big thing that we talked about when we got to talk to Coach Naughter was the last time they were undefeated was 2013. Coach Naughter said, plain and simple, this team is not the 2013 team. Why? Because they're new faces. They aren't established yet, but they claw their way. And they're not comfortable with a 1-0 lead, where he said the 2013 team was comfortable with that 1-0 lead. They were comfortable. They could sit back. They could rely on the defense. Instead, this 2025 team isn't comfortable until they're up 3-0 or 4-0 or 5-0. They need to keep stacking it on.
And that's what makes them such a dangerous team, because when these games are tight and you're not comfortable with a certain lead, it only makes you better that you're trying to do your best to avoid that game-tying goal.
Giordano inside. Kicking it far side. Bouncing around. Shot incoming. No goal. Keeping it away. It hits the post. My goodness. Montclair is saved by the iron.
That was an unbelievable shot from Giordano. She kind of curved it to the far post, and somehow it stayed out, Vin.
My goodness.
I mean, we're definitely going to get a second look at that in the next stoppage of play, but, I mean, that ball was just absolutely tailing to the back right post, and I got to tell you, from our vantage point, Vin, I thought that ball was going in.
I did too. I thought it was going to bounce off the post and then go in. Instead, it takes the friendly roll and goes out. Weidman passing it off, and Weidman looking for somebody coming off the mark. Bell makes a sliding grab. Montclair.
And you're starting to hear the Rowan fans get on their feet a little bit.
Here's the replay right here. You see that? Look at that. Right on the post. Bell misses it for a second. And my goodness. Then you see Giordano trying with another attempt. And Aria Hicks saying, not today. That's not happening. You got one. You're not getting two.
And then that was by far the biggest scoring chance that we've seen in this first half by the Rowan Profs. And to this point, we have yet to even see a shot attempt by the Redhawks. Most of this half has been played in their defensive end.
Well, for the Redhawks, in their last matchup, they scored 2 in the second half. Could they possibly do it again? 14 minutes remain here in the first half of action in the NJAC Finals here at MSU Soccer Park. And if you're just joining us, it's a game you don't want to miss, for sure. On the far side, Edwards. Edwards sends it in, and it's the first attempt we've seen in a while, Justin, for the Redhawks on their offensive end.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be credited as a shot attempt or just a cross that found the hands of Ettinger. We'll have to see exactly how they scored that, but to your point, though, Vin, I think that was the first time where the Redhawks at least tried to play a ball into the box for what they were hoping was going to be a big-time scoring opportunity, but Ettinger was up to the task.
On this far end. Giordano. Giordano says, I'm just going to kick it and see what we could do from far out. And it's wide left.
And Giordano, she's just looking to fire from all cylinders. She's not even just looking to aim the shot. As soon as she gets it, she's just turning and shooting and just hoping to catch Solange Bell off guard. Because now for Giordano, that is already her 4th shot attempt of the first half, Vin. So she's been very, as they would say in soccer, trigger happy. You know, she's just trying to shoot the ball every time she gets it.
Sophia Orlana and Madeline Lesica, I apologize, Leska, is in for the Redhawks.
And also Vin, Sophia Orlana subbed in for Samira Lukovic just moments ago.
I said that.
Oh, you did? Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Wow.
Oh, with an opportunity once again. Giordano in the middle, kicking it. It would be good at Sprague. It misses here.
And that one sailed well over the crossbar. Not much for Solange Bell to really do there. She just lets it go out of play. Another goal kick for the Redhawks, but...
And you could see on that play, if you saw it, Giordano standing right in the middle, looking for another shot opportunity. In the middle. On that far side is the Profs. Just dribbling in the backfield a little bit. 11 minutes remain. A lot of big things to remember here. On that far side. Now working towards the middle. Montclair's creating holes, creating walls to block the holes. That one's going to come off, and Bell will come off for a line to pick it up.
Now 6 shots total for the Profs here in the first half, 2 of which were on goal. One from Giordano and the other from Sarah Weidman. The Redhawks still looking for that first shot.
On the far side. Going down is Giordano.
And Vin, I got to be honest, 10 minutes now to go in the first half. It hasn't been the greatest first half, as you would say, for the Redhawks. It's kind of unfamiliar territory, as we've known how strong the Redhawks have been in first halves, getting on the board early. But in this case, they just haven't really found their footing.
Schuler kicks it in the air. Hicks takes that one on the chin, but they're able to take it away. Mackenzie Albert and Shannon Mullins trying to find a way to keep it this way. Orlana. Prendergast. Defensive battle continues. But Rowan's got an opportunity, a throw-in on the far end. Olivietto in the corner, bouncing around. And it's not going to matter as Solange Bell is able to keep it. Under 9 minutes remain here in the first half of action. 0-0 for the NJAC Finals.
Entering the game for the Red Hawks, number 5, Ashley DiFrancesco.
For the Profs, the last time they scored was in the 81st minute of the last regular season game. So we are at that point where they have now had 200 combined minutes with the 2 overtimes against TCNJ in the semifinals. They have not scored a goal. Unprecedented territory for them. 2 great defenses they had to face. In the back is Henderson. Olivietto following right behind. Hicks rockets it. Looking for Prendergast. Corson battling Prendergast. Not going to let her get to it, and she won't. Keeping it away from Prendergast. We have seen her get limited touches right now, and subs are coming on for both teams.
And that's the way you also have to defend Prendergast as well. You have to shield the ball away from her and not allow her to get any sort of touch to the ball, because we know how dangerous she is when she has the ball. So the best way to defend her is shielding her away from it. And in that case, Corson just let the ball go out of play and earn her team the goal kick.
The junior Gianna Kirchi coming on the pitch for the Red Hawks. Sent forward. An opportunity. Trying to find an opening. In the corner. Keeping it out. The Red Hawks. No foul called in the middle. A stoppage of play. And what looked like a perfect opportunity for the Profs.
Wow, that was a very dangerous play inside the box there. The referee did not award a possible penalty kick. So the play just still remained, to be honest. We look back here at the cross from Giordano into the box, almost getting the head into the net there. And then you see bodies just collide in the box, and the referee just let the play go on. And in the end, they had to make a stoppage in play to make sure the player was okay.
And you can see that is Angela Olivetto. And coming in from the side was Emily Schuler. Swipe away the ball. Juliana Giordano, Defensive Player of the Year in the NJAC. A lot more stats for her than meets the eye. I think you don't need to just say that to tell how good she is. Sending it to the sideline, and that one will go in the middle. 6:30 remains. Another sub coming in for the Red Hawks. Prendergast will be subbed off, and that's a big offensive threat, just taking her off the pitch. Even though she hasn't seen that much action, she brings such a big presence to the field.
She really does, and you could also say the same thing once again about Carly Gazzardo, who got subbed off late in this first half for Ashley DiFrancesco. So now you have Prendergast and Gazzardo off the field for the remaining 6 minutes of the first half. So it's 2 key players that are on the bench. We'll see if Montclair State can prevail in the final 5 minutes.
It's a risky move, but you rest your starters a little bit so they can take a quick breather. You know how intense this battle has been, especially playing on your defensive side the entire time. You don't just want that 10-minute break. You want a little bit more, or 10 or 15-minute break. I always forget the halftime. To the middle. Five minutes remain. Stopping it, though recovered by the Profs. Stopping it once again is the Montclair defense. Shannon Mullins. Mullins finds Lessica. Lessica kicks it forward, and Natalie Ruffino Make a dead out sprint to try to get that one. Or Ettinger just picks it up. You can feel the hearts beating all around and stress and worry for either side. Kicked away.
And good defense from DiFrancesco. Just knocking it away. Once again, just avoiding any danger. And that's kind of been the theme here in this first half of the Redhawks. As soon as they get it, they're just looking to clear the ball away and regroup rather than trying to make that quick outlet pass sort of to kind of burst a little bit of momentum in transition going the other way.
On the far side. Sending it in and kicking it away. Kirchie now with pressure. Sending it up is Schuler. Sending it back. And DiFrancesco is able to just recover it and kick it away. Kicking to the front. Mullins. On the side. That one will go out. 3:20 remains.
And again, it's just more added pressure from Rowan. You saw Montclair State on the far end of the field. Just they try to clear the ball away, but instead it went out of bounds, where Rowan ended up having the throw-in opportunity. But again, just so much action on Montclair State's side of the field, mainly the entire first half.
Kicking it over, and that one will go out. Giordano. Giordano. Oliveto. Oliveto. And that one's going to roll out. Oliveto is down, and a quick stoppage as the clock will keep running. They'll just check on her to see she is all right. Justin. I mean, what have we seen so far? Obviously, 2 minutes remain. And a big throw-in coming in. In 3 words, what have we seen?
I would say a little bit slow. I'd say on their heels a little bit.
Well, that's 6 words already.
Well, I know, but you know, it's kind of hard to put it into specific 3 words. But
a big stop as Kirchie goes down. Redhawks trying to recover it with a little over 90 seconds remaining. Almost at the 1 minute warning. Natalie Ruffino defending. That one will roll away and kicking it back. Kirchie on the move quickly on Corson. Trying to get around. They will call it on Kirchie.
And I'm looking over at Patrick Nodder on the far end of the field, and he was not happy with the whistle against Kirchie. She just tried to make the move around the defender, but the referee wasn't having any of it, just whistling for the foul, and Nodder was showing his displeasure on the far end of the field.
Minute 12 remains. You can hear the ambiance between Rowan and Montclair. They're all in attendance right now in a 0-0 tie. And listen, I mean, Justin, for football fans out there, a 0-0 game does not get much better than this.
No, it does not.
Hicks will send it forward.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
And the 1 minute warning comes on. Lesica trying to keep it away. Mullins now will kick it forward. Kirchie, and that one's coming our way. And I believe the Rowan radio station might have caught that one. They did not, but they're over there. They're right next to us on the right-hand side, and our fellow radio station 90.3 WMSC is on the left-hand side. Little shameless plug for them and everybody involved. Doesn't even crack a smile from Justin. Why not? On the far side, kicking it away and into the corner. It'll be a throw-in for the Red Hawks.
And it's also interesting to note, Vin, the Red Hawks, they have not had a corner kick this entire first half.
10 seconds remain.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And there we go, folks. First half of action
At the end of the first half,
was intense. 0-0 here at MSU Soccer Park. Justin, give it to us straight right now. How has it been? 15 minutes before the next half.
It's really been a slow start for the Red Hawks. They did not even record a shot attempt in that first half. The only stat that's really been shown is that Solange Bell has made 2 saves in the first half, and 4 fouls have been issued against the Red Hawks as well. But realistically, Rowan, they played a really good first half. They were shooting the ball from every angle possible. They did a great job overall just trying to get Solange Bell on her heels a little bit, but she was up for the task on everything. We obviously saw the big scoring opportunity from Jordana, which hit the far right post. That was pretty much the biggest opportunity in that first half. But going into the break here, I think a lot needs to be discussed from head coach Patrick Naughter to his squad, because they just really they didn't look right in that first half, and that didn't look like the Montclair State women's soccer team that we saw all season long. So things are going to really have to change in that locker room.
Well, Justin, here's an interesting statistics for you. I mean, only 3 times all year prior to the playoffs, and we're going to take, so 4 times all year, has TCNJ gone into the locker room to finish the first half tied at 0-0. Their last time prior to the playoffs, they did go in, of course, against TCNJs. That one went to PKs. The last time was against NJCU, where they would win 1-0. Montclair just took on NJCU, so maybe not the same result, but looking for a low-scoring affair, obviously. They would go on to win that one. But now in a different position here against the Red Hawks in the championship game, it's been absolutely incredible. And at a 0-0 tie, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back in just a little bit. Folks, don't go anywhere, because if you're not here, I don't know where you could possibly be. Cancel dinner reservations. Cancel it all right? You got to be sitting at the couch watching it, or you better be sitting in the stands watching it. We'll be right back here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. I'm Vincent Picone. He's Justin Randell. Don't go anywhere.
What side would you like to be on?
I don't have a preference, whatever side you want.
So, I'm trying to think. I'll probably ask you like what your thoughts were of the first half, then what you think Montclair can improve on, what you liked, and what you think like Coach Nodder is saying to them in the locker room. If you want to prepare your answers.
Oh gosh. I don't think there's preparation. I think you just say what you feel. Yeah.
Be like your dad on camera.
What?
Be like your dad on camera.
Yeah, no, he's good at improv though. He's so good. He loves the camera.
When the clock gets to 1 minute, when that clock gets to like 1 minute 30, just hold up 3 in the air.
Okay.
And then once it gets to 10, or like count down from like 5. Once it gets to 5, like 1:05, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're starting as soon as.
So I'm started. They'll cue you.
Okay.
But then I'm going back when there's 1 minute left. So just so I know when to send it back, so I'm not looking like back at the clock.
So 1 minute 30.
1 minute 30, hold up 3, and then once it gets to like a 5-second countdown to 1 minute, 5, 4, 3, 2. Just so it's like, just so I'm around there sending it back. It's cold. I've been in the booth, so I'm lucky.
Keep walking. Just keep walking. No, we're just not.
The Red Hawk Sports Network. We're almost ready to get you second half action, but quickly, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of former Rowan University volleyball head coach Deanna Jesperson. During her tenure, Coach Jesperson led the Profs to back-to-back championships in the NJAC, and in 2021 and 2022 would go on to win NJAC Coach of the Year. Coach Jesperson passed away on November 2nd after a courageous battle with cancer. We at the Red Hawk Sports Network extend our heartfelt condolences and support to the Jesperson family, as well as to all who touched by her leadership and spirit. We would like to take a 12-second moment of silence for her 12 seasons as head coach of the Rowan team. And thank you. We are now excited to bring you second half action from MSU Soccer Park. But before we get started with anything, we're going to send it over to the amazing Tyler Copen. Tyler, take it away, bud.
I'm now joined down on the field by former MSU women's soccer player Emmy Dinavelis. Emmy, as a former defenseman, that first half has to be your dream and your nightmare with how much the ball was in the defensive zone. Just give me a run through of that first half.
Very organized defensively, very proud of them. In the middle of the game when Aria flicked the header out inside the forward, that was one of the best defensive plays of the game. Shu has been absolutely outstanding. It's just very organized defensively. It's unfortunate that it's been in our half a lot of the time, but they're very organized, so I have faith in them.
I know, and Solange Bell in goal. You only got to play with her 1 year last year. She's had an amazing game so far. Just talk about her growth and her development that you've seen, not only from last season, but to this game.
We were so lucky to have her, and she was genuinely one of the best goalkeepers I've ever played with. Her confidence coming in as a freshman was completely unmatched. Just with her on the back line, we knew we we would do really well and successful because she saw everything behind us and she would talk to us very positively and help uplift us. So we were so lucky to have her, and just her growth this year, like going into an upperclassman, has been outstanding, and I'm so proud of her for getting back-to-back goalkeepers of the year. So well deserved. I expect nothing less from her.
Now, you played for Coach Naughter for 4 years. What is he saying to this team in the locker room to get them more amped up on the offensive side for the second half?
The energy a lot comes from the bench and from our fans, so I think just energy all around from our bench and from our players to just play for each other, play big for each other, because this is what it all comes down to. So I definitely say he's saying that.
High leverage situations, how much trust are you putting into this defense?
I don't gamble, but I would put all my money on them. They have been so good this year, so consistent. Everybody has stayed healthy, so I would put everything on them.
Thank you, Emmy. Now back to you guys in the booth.
And we are back here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. A big thing to recognize is we are in the second half of action now. 0-0 tie. Emmy DiNovella is a ruthless athlete on the pitch and a great friend of the Red Hawk Sports Network. But, Justin, before we get to the action, as we see the profs coming on, let's go through the highlights.
Yeah, and there was a couple of big highlights from the Red Hawks here in that first half, and we're going to quickly go into that in just a moment. As right now we're just going to take a quick look now at the playoff history between the two sides. You see this is now the 9th time that these two teams are matching up here. It's a 5-3 record for the Red Hawks all time. And now this is already, as we talked about in the pregame, the 4th time that these teams are meeting up here in the last 5 seasons. And we talked about the recent history as well. So it's just, again, a great testament to the fact that these two teams have met up so many times here in the playoffs, and we're in for a great second half here of another 45-minute frame. But back to what you were saying, Vin, we got to look at the highlights from the Red Hawks in that first half, as there was a couple of key moments in that first half. So we're getting set for the second half momentarily. As here we go. This is the first highlight. You see the play in the box, somehow finds the feet of Giordano. She's going to turn and take the shot, and you get the sprawling diving save from Solange Bell to keep it at a scoreless tie. And then a couple moments later, you see Giordano plays the ball into the box. She's going to receive it back, take the shot, and it hits off the far right post, and somehow it stays out. Aria Hicks did a great job defensively to clear it away. And then finally, another play. It was a through ball into Giordano. She's going to cross it into the box, and on the far post, an opportunity for the profs to get it in the net, and also a controversial non-call in the box, which could have resulted into a penalty kick. But that's where we stand, Vin, and we get ready for another 45-minute half here from MSU Soccer Park.
Yeah, I mean, it's bound to be a good one as the Red Hawks come out of their huddle, switch sides once again. The Rowan Profs in their brown and white uniforms, while the Red Hawks in their white and black uniforms. And with a highlight interview with Emmy DiNovella all the way over to highlights and matchup history, we're excited to bring you second half action from MSU Soccer Park. Let's get it started with the Profs on the pitch. Crossing it inside, looking for an early opportunity as Prendergast is back in. All the starters have returned. And that's Mackenzie Albert on that far side, trying to make it known her presence.
And we talked about it again coming out of the halftime break as well, where the Red Hawks, they seemed a little bit flat-footed in that first half. They didn't really get any offensive explosion that we've seen all season long. It was just kind of a slow beginning to the game, and obviously 45 minutes down, they have yet to record even a shot attempt to this point. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Naughter might have drawn up in the locker room during the halftime break, and we'll see if the Red Hawks come out with a little bit more sense of urgency here in the second half.
Gazzardo getting ready for the throw-in. It's thrown inside Ettinger. Mullins, and a leaping catch by Ettinger to stop that one. A perfect header, though, from Shannon Mullins. Not able to catch Ettinger off guard too much.
And that was probably the real first opportunity that the Red Hawks have had, where Ettinger had to make a save on the heading attempt from Mullins.
Their first shot on goal attempt. 43 minutes remain in this one in regulation. I'm excited because OT is very questionable. Prendergast charging in on Corson. On the far side now. Kicked in the middle. Once again, defense taking it away. A little bit different of a start. Henderson stopping that. An opportunity. Henderson is going to try to keep it away. The Montclair defense is able to kick it back onto the opposite end. But my goodness, that one looked like it might get a little messy.
And that was great defense from Sophia Orellana, who kind of shielded the defender away, and then Aria Hicks was right there to clean up the possible mess and just clear the ball away for the Redhawks. So good communication inside the 18 from Montclair State.
Orellana in. The only non-starter on the pitch right now. She's in for Emma Edwards. On the far side is Gazzardo. Prendergast. Mullins. Mullins on that far end to Gazzardo. Gazzardo sending it inside. Cronow doesn't find it. And that one will be put out of play.
And right now in the first, I'd say 4 minutes here in the second half, Montclair State has picked up the intensity just a bit more than what we saw in the first half, and that's what we were expecting to see coming out of the break. You know, Coach Naughter was probably not too pleased with the effort from the first half, so a lot of things definitely changed in that 15-minute break. So the Redhawks right now seem to be getting their footing right here and looking more like themselves early on in the second half.
On the far end is Gazzardo. Gazzardo sends it inside. It bounces over Cronow, and an easy pickup as nobody touches it in between Gazzardo's throw-in. And Leigh Ettinger keeping the pitch. Giordano sends it in, and it's over everyone's head. And Bell not needing to make a stop there.
Yeah, good effort from the Profs going the other way. And fortunately for Bell, she really didn't have any work to do. She just lets the ball trickle out of bounds. Another goal kick for the Redhawks.
In the last game that these two played, they scored it by going on that far end and kicking it over to the side. That's how they made their presence known. Bellamore is there, and Hicks is able to kick it away. Henderson with some room. Mullins. Hicks. In the corner, Orellana. Throw in for the Profs. An even-sided battle, it feels right now, compared to that first half where it was all on Rowan's side and the shot incoming, but Ettinger is able to scoop it up.
Yeah, just a long shot from Sophia Orellana. Wasn't really too anything difficult to handle for Leigh Ettinger as the Profs look to go the other way, but just a couple of minor opportunities from the Redhawks here in the second half, which is something, as we talked about, didn't see too much in the first. And there's a good takeaway in the middle of the field by Mullins.
I mean, Justin, this is what it takes to beat the champ. In the midfield, Mullins falls down in front of Giordano. Kick incoming from Gazzardo. Gazzardo sets up Olivia Giordano directly in front. Montclair State on the near side of the goal. Coming inside. Bouncing Ettinger. In between Ettinger and Cronau, and Ettinger comes out with the easy pickup.
Yeah, Ettinger had to be very alert for that one because Cronau was coming in full steam ahead, trying to head the ball past her for possibly the first goal of the game. But a great job from Ettinger coming off her line, collecting the ball. And again, still we're keeping it a scoreless game here in the 2025 NJAC Final.
Kicking it out is Orlana. Justin, and we're seeing the replay right now, is that kick inside. You see bouncing around, and it's right there. It's between Cronau, and it's between Ettinger, and coming away with it is Ettinger on that one.
It's been pretty much the tale of the story to this point, where both Solange Bell and Ettinger have been up to the task here in this game, keeping it scoreless. And we talked about it before. I believe you said Ettinger had 8 shutouts coming into this game, and Solange Bell has had her fair share of shutouts as well to this point. So it's so fitting that to this point it's still a 0-0 game in what is the biggest game of both of the goalkeepers' lives.
Well, Justin, let me tell you this. Ettinger, the freshman, against Solange Bell, the sophomore. Solange Bell, in her insane amount of games between these two seasons, has 16 collegiate shutouts. Ettinger has 8, of course, in her first 17 games. She's been phenomenal. 17 starts for her. The defenses in front of her has been fantastic. In 17 games, can you guess how many saves she's made?
You got to tell me.
26.
That's unreal.
And the only 7 goals have gone past her, which truthfully means that she's faced about 33 legitimate shots on goal.
Yeah.
And only 7 have gone past. The defense is able to keep it away from her consistently. In their last game against Montclair, though, Montclair came up big twice in the second half. It's not, all right, they scored in 90 minutes. No, Justin, they scored in 45 minutes twice against this amazing Rowan Profs team. That's not easy to do.
It's not.
In any right.
No, and you're seeing a completely different game here tonight where neither team can find the back of the net so far in this game. So it's just been great overall.
The throw in the corner, and Prendergast going to kick it away. In the corner, Giordano. Prendergast is there. She'll kick it forward. And they make it out.
And that's what the Redhawks have done pretty much the entire game here, where they just see the ball and they try to clear it away whenever they're in their own defensive half of the field. And you saw Prendergast do it just then and there. Just a smart play from the senior, Kylie Prendergast.
Well, listen, Justin, both of these teams, despite the 0-0 score that you see on your screen right now with 33 minutes left in regulation, they're throwing everything in there. The kitchen sink's going in there. The refrigerator's going in there. The cabinet with all the china's going in there. Everything is being thrown into this game right now. And you can see with the aggressive nature of both of these teams, it's one to remember so far on the far end. Weidman hits the corner, and that one will be kicked away.
And a great job in pursuit from Shannon Mullins Emily Schuler rather, coming back to make a nice defensive play. And there she is again, just laying her body on the line. Although she does seem to be a little bit slow getting up.
Schuler falls down. Clock's going to stop. Justin, we're in a 0-0 tie right now. This is a game that has been extraordinary to watch as they set up inside the box for a corner. Schuler is able to get up on her own will, which is a sigh of relief for this defense and a sigh of relief for Coach Naughter, who watches from the other side of the field.
Yeah, Schuler is a big-time player for the Redhawks. One of the main players that they rely on defensively. So it's good to see that she's back up and looks to be okay.
A short limp, the shot inside, it's headed, kicked away, looking for something, ball, can't find it, Hicks kicks it away, and crisis averted.
And I believe it was once again Olivia Giordano on the far end of the field, or the post, where she got a touch to it, and Aria Hicks, who has made a bunch of defensive efforts so far in this game, makes yet another one. And right now, the Redhawks have kept Olivia Giordano at bay.
The freshman Carly Gazzardo steals the ball, and now stopping is Mullins. Mullins looking for Cronau. She sends it high and far, and Sowers is able to get it back to Ettinger and send it over. Lukovic sending it inside, and Prendergast was in pursuit. Hicks kicks it over, and Prendergast can't handle. And they're going to call that a pulling.
And there might have been a little bit of tugging the jersey from Rowan, as Hicks was able to draw the foul.
Another stoppage of play here. Gonna have to run it far away. Who's being talked to right now?
I think
It looks to be Shannon Mullins.
I think for Mullins there might be a little bit of a medical assistant thing. Does not look to be anything injury related. It's just more of a medical assistant thing that has to occur on the sideline.
As long as we have this quick stoppage of play, you can see Aria Hicks not losing focus whatsoever. 31 minutes remain. Justin, this is, you want to be the champ, you got to beat the best.
It's true.
This is that area. NCAAs are guaranteed if you're able to win tonight. Heading it. Prendergast on the outer half. Prendergast goes to the side. Orlana pitches it up, and it'll go out of bounds.
And I think for Orlana there, she wasn't looking to take the shot. I think she was trying to cross it into the box, but didn't really get enough power on that one, and it kind of maybe went off the end of her foot there and trickled out of bounds. But I think for Orlana, that was definitely a cross attempt, just didn't go according to plan.
On the side.
Great play from Hicks because she almost mishandled the ball there as it was knocked out of play, but Hicks was able to gather her composure once again and send it up the field, because right there in pursuit It looked like it was number 14, Bella Moore, but Hicks was able to win that 50-50 battle.
That one will go the way of the Red Hawk. Orlana finds Cronow. Converging his two profs. That one will fall out once again. Orlana moving up the field a little bit. Trying to put it over. Prendergast. Lukovic. And Cronow sliding there. She's slow to get up, but she's able to get up on her own feet. Still 0-0, and you can imagine in a battle like this, Justin, where we're under 30 minutes, still 0-0, you have to imagine this isn't going to be a game of the stars. This is going to be a game of someone who's a little farther down with an opportunity here. Cronow! And that one rolls away. A corner kick. The first of the night for the Red Hawks.
And right on cue there was Juliana Giordano, who made the sprawling diving play to knock it away from Cronow, but it looked like Giordano wasn't really too happy that it was whistled for a corner kick. I think she might have thought that Cronow was the last to touch it. But instead, now Vin. We now have 28 minutes to go in the second half. Here's the corner kick.
Sending it inside. Header! Ettinger with an amazing save, diving to her right. An opportunity. They're able to take it away. The corner is unsuccessful, but the Red Hawks still have the ball. Hicks. Cronow. That one rolls away.
And Vin, I'm not sure if Ettinger was the one to make the save. I think it was actually Riley Fortna, the defenseman. Yeah, the defender, I think it was Fortna on the near side post, who was there to kick the ball away, but I'm sure we'll get a quick replay when we get a second chance.
Fortna with the ball. Calling for her. Sending it inside. And kicking it away quickly as the Montclair State defense. Red Hawks continuing to soar. And this one's kicked. Inside. Tripping and falling, and the ball is going to be kicked away. It looked like Sarah Weidman on that one that tripped and fell. I apologize, Angela Olivetta. That was going to roll out, and they will call it the way of the prof.
And I think this might be a free kick opportunity for the profs, unless they're going to whistle it for a throw, and I'm not positive. And no, they're going to call it a free kick. So this is a big opportunity now, Vin, for the profs to send one into the box and maybe get an opportunity for Rowan here.
San Felice. A big PK kick before a shot incoming over the head of the goal. Nothing there. A big opportunity for Rowan. They come within inches.
And it was hard to tell who exactly got the header for the profs, but anyways, that ball just sailed right over Solange Bell's head and out of play. But the profs, they were knocking on the door there as we look back at the replay. The ball just sails over Bell's head and out. And once again, the Red Hawks get away with it unscathed.
Red Hawks ball. Emma Edwards throwing it in for the Red Hawks. Another freshman phenom on this team, and Gianna Kirchie is also in the game. 25 minutes remain in this one. Schuler remains. Gianna Kirchie on the season. We've seen her a lot so far today. She logged 247 minutes, including 2 goals to her name. Emma Edwards on the side. And it's stolen away by the Profs. In the middle. Lukovic is able to stop it. Schuler with a nice kick, trying to keep it away. San Felice. And kicking it to the side is Henderson. Mackenzie Albert. Charging quickly is Kirchie. Kirchie in the corner. Defended. Trying to attack or let it roll out. It will be Prof ball and a goal kick.
And another great play once again from Juliana Giordano, just shielding the ball away from Kirchie there. Letting it trickle out for the goal kick. Again, just once again from a great defensive player. That's just what you expect to see, just shielding the ball and letting her team just regroup and go the other way with it.
Ferris in the middle. Over to Corson. Corson telling Fortna on that one, just kick it away, get it away. They're coming. Hicks falls. Able to get up and still recover. Giordano or Oliveto can't get it. On the far side, San Felice. Entering the box. Guarded by Henderson. Albert coming on the far side. Henderson. Oliveto still with the ball. Guarded closely by Kira Henderson. And they're going to let that one roll out. And she's asking, why would that be a corner?
Yeah, Henderson thought she did a good job shielding the ball, thinking that Rowan was the last to touch, but instead the referee called it the other way, saying that the Profs are going to get the corner kick instead, which will now make this their 3rd corner of the game.
Corner kick incoming. Team sets up inside. Shot. Bounces away, headed away by Lukovic. Incoming. Bouncing. Goal! Goal! It flicks off a defender and Rowan scores! Rowan scores! The first goal! Misplayed by Bell, and it rolls into the back of the net. 23 minutes remain. It's their first goal in almost 230 minutes.
And it came off of a deflection in the box. As we're going to look back here at the corner kick. As it comes in, it was headed out. It found the foot of a Rowan Prof. And you see Bell was all the way to her right. Tried to come back over to her left. And in the end, just couldn't keep it out of the box in time. And the goal is going to go to Rowan's Sienna Sowers. And that is how we get the first goal of the game, Vin.
In a game that, to say the least, Justin, was never going to be about the stars, because you know who the stars are on both of these teams. Sienna Sowers, first goal of the year, comes at the biggest point in her career.
And it's almost just so fitting that happens, Vin, where, you know, an unlikely hero who's not known for their goal scoring comes out of nowhere, takes a one-time shot off the rebound, and it finds its way into the back of the net after taking a couple of deflections.
23 minutes remain. We've seen this story before, however. It doesn't take much for either of these teams to score. Though a free kick incoming. Rowan's looking to bury the hatchet.
And if you're the Redhawks, you got to just find a way to regain your composure. Obviously, it was an unfortunate goal where it took a couple of deflections, but you got to regroup and maintain focus.
Incoming and headed away by Schuler. Kirchie kicks it back. Red Hawk ball and the foul. Justin, under 22 minutes. It feels like with that one, the energy from the left side of the stadium by the Red Hawks is almost sucked away. I mean, what can you say about getting back into this one?
They got to just, once again, find a way to regain composure, and you can't think about that. The goal happens. You know, nothing can change about that. So it's all about thinking about the next play and what you can do to get yourself that game-tying goal, because there's still plenty of time, Vin. There's 21 minutes to go in the second half, so time is not really a factor at this moment. You still have another 10 minutes where it does become a factor. But if you're Montclair State, you know, obviously this is a little bit of adversity where they're not used to it. And this is a time in the game where you got to find a way to overcome that adversity late here.
On the far side, that one's kicked away. Schuler's going to pick it up. Schuler can't find Edwards on that one.
And now all of a sudden the Rowan crowd is coming to life since getting that goal to give them the lead. So every little play, the crowd is making their presence felt.
Up in the air. Mullins. Justin, give me a time mark. When does time become a huge factor in this one? Still 20 minutes remain, so you have a decent amount of time, I think could be said. But in that first 45 minutes, it was back and forth. Only 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, honestly, I think the time becomes a factor in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. You just hit the 20-minute mark. So by that between the 15 and 10-minute mark is when you're starting to not necessarily panic, but more so just, you know, your level of concern rises, and it's going to force you to start, you know, taking a little bit of mistakes here, or not mistakes, risks rather, to try to get that game-tying goal.
Schuler to the far side to Henderson. Henderson over to Gazzardo. Gazzardo looking for an opportunity. She'll send it inside, and it'll be a corner kick. Justin, this is a big opportunity here with a little under 20 minutes remaining. Carly Gazzardo is going to go to the corner to make the kick. This is how Rowan scored. This is how Montclair typically scores. Potential opportunity. Well, more than potential. It is an opportunity.
Well, the Redhawks in the semifinals, Kylie Prendergast scored a goal off a set-piece corner from Carly Gazzardo. So we'll see if something similar happens here.
Gazzardo kicks inside. Ball in the air. Danielle Mullins kicked away. Coming onto it is Edwards. And kicked away. And the Profs avoid the equalizer from the Redhawks. Header misses. Danielle Mullins. On the far side. Albert. $18 minutes remain. Hicks. Schuler to the far end. Profs and Redhawks both looking for their 6th NJAC Championship in their collegiate time. Sent inside. Charging. And another corner ensuing. You saw there the pressure that comes on Prendergast. She looked like a pinball in a machine, bouncing around. Going to the corner now is Samira Lukovic.
So it's a change in the corner kick taker now. Previously it was Carly Gazzardo. Now Samira Lukovic will be the one to send it into the box here. We'll see if that changes anything for Montclair State here.
You can see Gazzardo standing kind of in the mid part of the box. Shot incoming. In the air. And going down. And they're going to call over. The trainers are going to come back. It looked like Prendergast might have got her on the header.
Well, it's good to
They're
see.
putting pressure on. The pressure is there, Justin.
Yeah, it looks like the prof is okay, and that player down was, I believe it was Juliana Giordano.
This gives a chance for the Red Hawks to communicate. Is number 18, Julian Giordano. Defensive player of the year. Defensive rookie of the year. I'm making up words also. It's getting to my bedtime, I guess. Usually by this time, old-time Vincent is getting ready with his warm milk and cookies.
Well, anyway,
here at the NJAC final.
It's good to see that Giordano is okay, though, Vincent. I mean, you never want to see any players go down in an NJAC final. You want to see a clean but physical match to an extent. You know? And to this point, Vin, that's exactly what it's been. There have not been any yellow cards or red cards issued in this game. And that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see a clean but physical to an extent, as I mentioned, match. You know, you gotta say it again. That's what makes the best soccer matches.
Giordano being checked. On the far side, it actually looks like she's ready to come back in now. Referee's talking it over. And Giordano is going to need to wait for the whistle. From what looked like an incident that would hurt the head for most. She gets right back up. Henderson running to the far side. 17 minutes remain. Kicked back over. Back once again. 17 minutes. Under. Falling down and getting up is Mullins on the far end. Mackenzie Albert. That one's kicked away. It'll remain Red Hawk ball.
And it's good to see Gazzardo is trying to get the ball in quicker than usual because the Red Hawks now trailing 1-0. They have to find ways to get the ball in quicker to try to catch the Profs a little bit off guard.
We'll see another corner. A corner throw, I apologize. Throw in coming from Gazzardo. Coming out is Albert. Albert. And then sending it inside the box. Edwards. The shot attempt coming over, and it's too high.
Wow, Edwards almost had a similar opportunity when we saw the goal from Sowers. The ball popped onto the foot of Edwards, tried to take the shot, and it was blocked in front by a prof. And that was a big opportunity for the Red Hawks, and the Profs defense once again stands strong.
Punting it in the air. Edwards. And Giordano is right back in. What looked like a moment that the Red Hawks could take advantage of quickly turns into she's back.
And that's a good sign for the Profs. Their leader on defense getting back into the action.
Cronow. Cronow slides to get it. Coming in and coming forward is Henderson on the far end. Making moves. Giordano kicks it over. No whistle blew. And you see the replay on your screen right now. The aggressive nature of this game has been phenomenal. And that's the kick that just went. As Grandma Pacone would say, too much pepper on that one. Solange Bell will scoop it up. She'll kick it back. Mackenzie Albert. In the middle. Under 14 minutes now.
And now then we're back into that time frame that I was talking about a little bit before. Now with 13 and a half minutes to go, it's time is now starting to kick in as a factor here. And the Redhawks right now, the ball is on their side of the field, which is not an ideal spot for them right now. So they got to find a way to get it back and create some offense late here.
Crow now. Hicks. Looking for Prendergast. Again, Prendergast has not done that much. It's the same looking with Olivia Giordano, who has 4 shots, one of which on goal. The defense around them has just been insane, to say the least. Kylie Prendergast, 0s along the board, but you could probably look back. I can't remember the last game that she didn't even have a shot on goal.
Yeah, it's just not even a shot on goal, but she hasn't even had a shot attempt as well, Vin. So it's just something you really don't see ever too often from a player of her caliber, just not even having an attempt.
Edwards in a foot race for that one. Last time she did not have a shot attempt was on September 14th against Manhattanville, where she only played 45 minutes. And they won that game 4-0, resting their starters after the first half. Maybe a different ball game here. On the far side, coming in, looking for something, and it goes away. Giordano is looking to get someone else involved on that far end. Can't happen. Prendergast with it, and for the first time in a long time, it feels like, with some room.
And it's just a great defensive job from the props there, because Prendergast, she made a lot of moves to go up the field, had space, and then she was shut down in the midfield area from Angela Oliveto, and that forced Prendergast to have to reset with her defense.
11:30 remaining. Short passes here. You like to see it. Kicked away, though. Henderson finds it. Lukovic receives it. Edwards. A little bit more room. Outside the box. Going over. Albert! Albert! Blocked by the defense. Picks it up once again. Shot incoming, and that one's way over everyone's head. Carly Gazzardo shoots it from outside, not able to make a play on that one.
And it was a great play from Emma Edwards. She settled the ball down, looked to switch the field, where she found the foot of Mackenzie Albert. And I think if you're Albert there, you probably want to take a shot maybe a touch sooner than what she was doing there, because when she took that extra added touch, that allowed the props to get back into their defensive set. And in the end, the props were able to block the shot and get it away. So, yeah, if I'm Albert there, I would have taken a shot maybe a touch sooner.
Schuler in the backfield with a lot of pressure there. Looking for somebody. That one will roll out. 10 minutes remain in this one. The last time, just looked this up, the last time that Kylie Prendergast had 0 shots at all in more than 45 minutes of play was October 25th, 2023, or I apologize, the 14th of 2023 against TCNJ, where she played 72 minutes in a 4-1 loss. A little bit different of a game. This one's been intense all the way. Gazzardo. And that one will go the way of the Profs. Under 10 minutes to play here in the NJAC Finals. The Rowan Profs are 9 minutes away from crowning their championship. It would be now their 6th championship and their first since 2022. Justin, who did they beat in 2022?
Not the Montclair State Redhawks.
Taking it away and no foul called. Montclair fans are asking for a foul. Ref doesn't give it. Mullins in the midfield, and that one's kicked over. Mackenzie Albert in a full-out sprint against Giordano. Giordano kicks it away.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a controversial non-call by the referee, and you could hear the Red Hawk fans voice their displeasure with that one. And oh, now there's a foul that was whistled against the Red Hawks, and they're not too happy about that.
Not happy at all. 8 minutes to play. It only takes one shot. Look at right here. They're asking for this.
Wow.
This was called a foul on Cronow.
Yeah, I think that should have been I mean, that was really close. It looked like there was a lot of body contact before getting a touch to the ball there, so I think the referees might have missed one there.
Eight minutes remain. The clock is paused. Currently 8:50 on this beautiful Montclair State night at MSU Soccer Park. Kicking it over. Starting it off, Gazarda. That one comes over. It's bouncing, coming off the ledge is Bell.
And if you're Solange Bell, you got to start moving a little bit quicker here. Now at 8 minutes to go in the second half, trailing by a goal. You got to push the pace just a little bit more here.
Popping it up. And going to the far end is Henderson. Against Giordano. I apologize, Oliveto.
And what you're seeing from the props now is with them having the lead, they're just, every time they get the ball, they're just trying to kick it away and send it into Montclair State's defensive area because time is on their side right now, so their best opportunity is to just get the ball and send it the length of the field to drain as much clock time as possible.
I think you're right there, Justin. 7 minutes remain in this one. The NJAC final is almost at its conclusion. And that one will be a corner kick for the Red Hawks. Apologize, a throw-in. A throw-in for the Red Hawks. Inside. And nothing there.
Now this, Vin, will be a corner kick.
Correct,
for
correct.
the Red Hawks, which is coming in a huge opportunity here. I mean, this is now the 4th attempt for the Red Hawks.
6:30 remains. They're not all packed in the box. They're outside, they're inside, they're in the middle. Here we go. Shot incoming. Headed out. And looking for another opportunity. That one was off the head of Aria Hicks.
And Hicks had a clean look there as we look back at the corner kick. And it goes off the head of Hicks. Wide left, and another opportunity that the Red Hawks let slip away. And Vin, it's really getting to that time now where the Red Hawks need to start taking some chances here and some risks to get that game-tying goal.
Mackenzie Albert can't get there. Schuler. Schuler once again over to Mullins in the midfield. Looking to the side. Rowan Can play some mind games here for a little bit. 5 minutes remaining. Henderson goes to the opposite end. Looks for Schuler. Schuler to Prendergast. Prendergast is right back. Prendergast understanding the risks and understanding the defense. Sending it over. Prendergast outside the box. Once again, Schuler.
It's a lot of passing, but not a lot of shooting from the Redhawks here. They got to find a way to take a shot at Ettinger.
Shot over. And Ettinger moves to her right and is able to pick it up. 4:22 remains. She'll take her time with this one. A deep breather, and she'll punt it. Edwards, it goes over her head. And Schuler with Oliveto right behind. On the far end, Cronow. Cronow looking for inside. Goal Montclair! Goal Montclair! Goal Montclair! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! We have a tie game! We have a tied game! Oh my goodness! Rowan fans are silent. The Redhawks are loud as could be, and the Redhawks send the text message back responding. My goodness.
And you see Solange Belvin.
Look at this replay. Inside, you get mixed up for a second. It's bouncing around. Who could it be except for Coach Naughter's most improved player, Samira Lukovic? It's how it gets started. My goodness, 1-1, we're tied.
And how about Solange Bell coming out of nowhere and just sprinting downfield and celebrating with their team, not knowing what that goal means to this team as they get the game-tying goal with under 4 minutes to go here in the NJAC final. And then it was only a matter of time until some kind of luck went Montclair State's way, and that's exactly what happened.
3 minutes to play, though. A breakaway here. Ball bouncing. Oliveto trying to score once again on the Montclair State Redhawks. It's kicked away. We have a game once again. 1-1 tie.
What an absolute turn of events, where Montclair State just was not generating any offense in the last couple of minutes. They had to take some risks, and that's what they did. They took risks. They loaded up everyone in the box, and somehow it found the foot of Samira Lukovic. And that is what Coach Naughter drew up.
Getting it started as quickly as possible. The Profs are still on the hunt. They know they've got some minutes left, and they're going to use every last second on the far end. Kicking it inside. Coming off her post is Bell. Not even going to let Weidman get to it. My goodness, Justin. I lost my mic. I lost my voice. We're all over the place right now.
Just what a moment for the Redhawks as they keep their hopes alive getting that game-time goal.
Ball outside. Cronow with some room in the corner. And that one will roll out.
And Ben, there's still plenty of time. Two minutes on the clock. And the Redhawks have another opportunity on the corner kick here to possibly give themselves the lead late here in the game. We'll see what happens.
A corner. Corner kick incoming. 1:46 left on the clock. Everybody in the booth is on their feet. Kick inside. It's up. Just wide left. My goodness. Can you believe it, folks? 2 feet away from switching the script.
And there's going to be a sub coming on for the Profs as well.
And you can see the replay here. It just goes about a foot wide left.
All the momentum, Vin, has completely shifted in favor of the Redhawks in the last 5 minutes as they came so close to getting that game-leading goal.
Justin, we've seen some legendary battles between these two. Earlier this season, the 2-2 tie. Last season, Nikki Dance with the game-winning goal to send the Redhawks to the finals. Today, with a big goal from Samira Lukovic in a game that she nor nobody in this stands will ever forget. On the far side is Gazzardo. Gazzardo tries to trick out Weidman. On the far end, Schuler and Olivietto in a full foot race.
And with 30 seconds left, Vin, it's time for the Profs. They got to move a little quicker here.
Inside, Edwards kicks it away. Lukovic kicking it up, Kronow. Justin, we said it was inevitable. Sometimes words become reality. We're tied, and we will see OT. My goodness. We have about 5 minutes until OT. 1-1, tied here. In a game that didn't look like it was going to get here, it does. Can you believe it? My absolute goodness. We saw, to say the least, a huge goal in the 86th minute from Samira Lukovic. Justin, emotions are high. Tensions are high. We have 5 minutes till OT. Take me through it.
It was just an unbelievable game to this point. Just when we thought that Montclair State might be a little bit out of it, they completely flipped the script. They get the late goal in the 86th minute from Samira Lukovic. And you basically just forget what happened the previous 85 minutes, Vin, for what was Montclair State was just really playing on their heels most of this game. And all it took was one final moment for the Redhawks to get that game-tying goal, send it to overtime. And, you know, we talked about it before the broadcast even began, that we thought that this game was going to be low scoring and had all of the makings of going to overtime. And you said it perfectly. You know, words, they become reality. And we are moments away from kicking off overtime period 1 here at MSU Soccer Park in the 2025 NJAC Final.
And we got to take ourselves back for a second. 5 minutes remaining, and you see, our audience can't see, but we can see here in the press box, Terry Small and Marcel Serbian, the commissioner and associate commissioner for the NJAC, start walking down to get ready for the trophy celebration. Well, you're going to need to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Sorry if it's cold outside. You're more than welcome to come back. This one ain't over just yet. And Montclair proving it.
This team, they've done it all season long. And, you know, it's not a shock as to why the Redhawks at home this season overall are 6-0-1. That streak still is staying alive at the moment. I mean, it's just so much kudos goes to the coaching staff and Patrick Naughter and his assistants, Nicole Carbone and Aaron Sullivan, for just doing a great job of getting this team ready. And also just telling them, hey, you know, when you're down a goal, you can't look back at it and sulk. You have to move on to the next play. And that's exactly what they did. And in the end, the Redhawks, they deliver in the clutch moment as they even the score at 1-1. And like we said before, it's just so fitting that these two teams get to basically duke it out here in overtime.
I mean, Justin, going into overtime, both of these coaches, Scott Leacott for the Profs, and then on the other hand, in his 15th season now, Patrick Naughter. You're in the huddle with your teams. What are you talking about here?
Yeah, well, if you're the Profs, you got to, again, just like Montclair did it before, they got to regain their composure. Obviously, the momentum has completely shifted in favor of the Redhawks in the last 10 minutes or so leading up to the overtime period. So if you're the Profs, you got to just basically settle back in, regain composure, and you got to forget what happened. You know, the Redhawks, they tied the game. You got to move on. Now it's a fresh set at one apiece. It's almost like nothing ever happened, and you get a fresh slate of a possible 20 extra minutes of overtime here to find your way to possibly winning the NJAC final. And on the other side for the Redhawks, you got to continue this momentum. The crowd is on your side. You just looking at the goal itself, you saw the crowd just pop in the air with so much excitement. And if you're the Redhawks, you got to keep that excitement going. You got to let the crowd still be in it and give them something to cheer about. Because, as I talked about before, the previous 85 minutes wasn't too much to cheer about. And now in the last 10 minutes, it's all smiles on the Redhawk fan base.
Can't fully commit to the moment yet. You know, an insane goal by Lukovic is to be remembered for a very long time to keep them in the game. It will be remembered. Will it be idolized, though, by a second golden goal? It only takes one. Nikki Dance did it last time these two met in the playoffs. It's possible it can happen again. We'll have to see as Rowan starts off with the pitch. Everybody is on their feet. 10 minutes on the clock. The second time that Rowan will play 100 minutes. They played it on Tuesday. They're playing it today. Sending it over. Henderson can't corral it, and the defense is there. Mullins helping out, and Gazzardo making a play. It's going to be a question of who can answer back first. If you're knocking on that door, who's going to answer? You only get one shot. Oliveto. 2 goals against Montclair last time she saw him. And on the far side, Giordano. Hit away! A collision and truly a crisis averted as Aria Hicks and Solange Bell are okay, and no goal goes past them.
Yeah, great awareness from Solange Bell as she was able to stay alert and punch the ball away and get it out of danger for the Redhawks, because that was an early opportunity for the Profs here in overtime period 1.
The last time we went to PKs, the last time Rowan went to PKs, they beat TCNJ. Kicking it over. Looking for something. Weidman. Weidman against Edwards. And Edwards is going to slide and take it out.
So this will be the first corner now for the Profs here in overtime. As you can see, everyone loading up in the box, Vin. We'll see exactly where this ball is placed.
San Felice in the corner. Here we go. Kicking it inside. Bouncing. It'll go to the opposite end. Fortna. Taking it away. Montclair with a run. Schuler coming up quickly from behind is Ferris. Schuler changing fields and gets it all the way to the opposite end as it's unsuccessful, but still a wonderful job to keep it away. Oliveto says otherwise, though. Hicks sending it back.
Well, how about Hannah Ferris coming from all the way on the attacking half of the field, tracking all the way back to chase down Schuler and take the ball away to avoid what was a possible opportunity for the Redhawks.
It'll go the way of the Red Hawk. And Carly Gazzardo fell down there. She's all right. Her teammates were right there to catch her. Throwing it in. It's up. It's looking for more. A flag is called. And it'll go to the Profs.
We've seen a lot of action so far in the first 3 minutes of overtime. Corner kicks from the Profs as they had an opportunity, and then you saw Schuler trying to break out with momentum where she was stopped from behind by Ferris.
punting it. And that one is going to go over. Well, stay in. Nobody's car is going to be demolished today by Kylie Prendergast or Aria Hicks. Punt. On the far end. Cronow. Battling. Both teams fighting until their last breath. The never say die attitude on the far end. Kicking it away and finding Oliveto somehow in the midfield. Lukovic. On the line. Forna's not going to be able to take that one out easily. And here we go. Orson. Headed away. Ferris. He's going to kick it back. And Montclair State's defense is right there. Not going to let Giordano get any room to breathe. And she knows that.
And you see both teams, they're playing without fear in this overtime. They're not playing too passive or too aggressive. They're just playing their style of game, even though they know what is at stake and what could be a golden goal opportunity for either side to send their way onto being champions of the NJAC. So both these teams right now, they're just doing a great job. Once again, keeping their composure, playing their style of game, and not doing anything differently than what they have done all season long to get them to this point.
It'll be a walk-off appearance for whoever's on, whether PKs or this. Edwards. Can't find Mullins, and Lukovic tries to take it away. Giordano with some room, though Mullins makes a dead sprint to try to get her. And this comes into play now, but it continues to be amazing. For Montclair, 5 players with 90 minutes. That's it. Justin, quickly take me through. Do you think that gives them a little bit of an advantage that their players are a little bit more rested compared to 8 for props?
Yeah, I mean, it's close, but both these teams, they're very well conditioned, you know, so 90 minutes, this is nothing new to most of the players on either side.
On the far end, Albert. He's going to fall down.
I think for both of these teams, that they're not even focused about the amount of minutes that they're playing, or Coach Naughter, he's not focused on how many minutes his players are playing. You know, he's riding with the best until the end, and that's exactly what he's doing. Right now he's not looking to make any subs here in the first overtime period, so he's just letting these players just go for it.
Inside, ball in the air, shot, and it'll go to the opposite side. Got a little worried there for a second. My goodness, I saw the net move. Gianna Kirchi comes in for Isabella Cronow. Cronow taking a quick breather, it looks, and Bella Moore coming off for number 10, Ariana Brown, the sophomore. Seen a lot of today. Ariana Brown back in high school, she was the 2023 MVP Tri-State for Christian Athletic Conference. She's got 1 goal in the season. To the back. Kicking it ahead. And that one will go out. It'll remain Red Hawk ball. And we'll bring in another sub. Emma Edwards comes off for Sophia Orlano. This has been a trend. We've seen them switch a lot. I have to be honest, though, Justin. This far into the game, does it concern you? Does it excite you that Coach Naughter's shot incoming? It's blocked! At a point like this, does it concern you or excite you that Coach Naughter is going to his bench?
No.
An opportunity, Edinger comes way off the line to take that one.
But back to your point, though, I don't think it's that big of an issue for Coach Naughter. I mean, obviously you want to have your best players out there all the way, but making subs late is not the worst case scenario. You want to get fresh legs out there, some players that aren't tired. And so that's what Coach Notter is doing. He wants to get the fresh legs out there and give the starters a little bit of a breather before they possibly come back in.
With some time. And, I mean, it's quite obvious. You could see on that play, Aria Hicks, I mean, Sarah Weidman's following, but she does look quite tired. It's not like they played 90 minutes yesterday or on Tuesday, and now they're playing 100. They played 110 plus PKs on Tuesday, and even PKs, when you're kind of resting, it takes a lot out of you emotionally and physically. Now, going into another game like this, no fouls called. And not to say that they look bad, but they do look tired, and I think that's a fair statement when 8 of your 11 players have played 90 minutes. Juliana Giordano with 88 when she went off quickly for a 2 minutes concussion look and then came right back in. Orlana not able to keep that one. It is a plus side. That one hits the back, Orlana. And Mullins.
I think Mullins there is going to get whistled for the foul. She was grabbing the jersey of Olivia Giordano.
Liana Sanfelice.
And for Sanfelice, you got to figure, Vin, this ball is going to go well into the box here. And we'll see if the props can
55 seconds. Here we go. Sanfelice, the kick, incoming. It goes towards Prendergast. Prendergast, no prof is able to handle it. It's kicked away and then brought right back. Here we go. Action continues. Weidman on the far side. Jukes out. 30 seconds remain. Kicked over the head. A chance. Oliveto, 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Albert kicks out of harm's way. 20 seconds, still a lot of time. Coming inside. And with a Stefan Diggs type catch, keeping that one far away is Solange Bell. Here we go, folks. Once again, we'll see overtime number 2. The second straight game that Rowan has played, 110 minutes. Justin, give me your take.
That was a great first overtime period. We saw chances from both sides, and it's just, a great display of soccer overall.
And let's take a look back at the last overtime goal between these two teams for Montclair. It's one you won't want to forget. As we go to overtime number 2. You don't see soccer like this all the time, but this has been absolutely fantastic. We're ready to show you a replay. All right, well, we will get that goal to you in just a little bit. But as you can see, Coach and Honors crew getting together and making sure that this team is ready to go. And yes, I mean, with a team that looks fatigued, Justin, I mean, you only bring in 2 subs. One of them playing 7 minutes, the other one playing the sub-high 15, only a little over double that. Compared to the Montclair State side, 6 subs from all over, and Sophia Orlana has been the goal. The golden goal that was with Montclair and beat Rowan last time. Now let's look again to this big shot inside. And the wonderful goal that Montclair may never forget if this one's solidified.
Yeah, you saw 2 crucial goals. Obviously, the Nicky Dan's overtime clincher a couple seasons ago. And now, of course, you get the goal from Samir Lukovic here in the 2025 NJAC Finals. So just 2 absolute key moments for the Redhawks to this point. And we have been yet a possible, barring any possible goal that happens, another 10 minutes of action here before we even think about the possibility of going to penalty kicks to decide who will be crowned the champion.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this. We've seen 100 minutes. We'll see 110 now, possibly. A golden goal opportunity is here. It seems like the Rowan fan base over here is... We're going to leave this one to them.
So we get a little bit of a rally session going on here for the Profs, as they're trying to rally their team here in the final 10 minutes of action.
Kicking it over. I think it's only fair. Someone from Montclair needs to respond.
I hear you.
On the far side. In the middle. 10 minutes is on the clock. Rowan is good, but they are tired, and I think that's not an opinion, that's a fact. 110 minutes against TCNJ at home. You then have to make the drive up here, which is around that hour-and-a-half mark, to play Montclair. Falling down, no foul called. And referee saying that. Olivia Giordano says otherwise with a smirk on her face.
Yeah, she was not too
Gonna let it fall out. Montclair advancing with Albert limping a little bit. Carly Gazzardo. Ball goes over the head. Cronau blocked away by Juliana Giordano. And Justin, I mean, the Twins have been phenomenal today. Playing 180 minutes, or I apologize, playing almost 200 minutes between them. Now they've played 200 minutes between them. This is a lot to talk about.
Well, they know that this game means absolutely everything to them, and they're going to play for however long this game may hold here. So, once again, the Profs, they're not using many subs. They've only used 2 subs, as you talked about, Van, the entire game. So the fact that they're just riding out the starters here late just shows you that this is what they're going to go with the rest of the way.
8 minutes remain in in OT number 2. We've seen it's been incredible, as you can see on your television, your monitor, wherever you're watching from. Prof, free kick coming. The pressure's on. 7:30 remaining. If this is to end, Justin, if this is to end, period, right now, the NJAC Finals will be going to PKs. You need to look in the history books to see the last time that happened. Here we go. Free kick incoming. Oh, and a pause.
Delay from Giordano.
And a redo. Giordano sending it inside. Ball bouncing. Looking around. Shot incoming, but Hicks is there. Hicks tries to send it away. She can. Shot incoming again. It's not able to be put away. Gazzardo this time sends it away. And there you go. Looking for the hero in the story. You found her, the freshman, who's been phenomenal all year. The Rookie of the Year. After not playing her senior year in high school due to an ACL tear, she comes back and has been absolutely incredible.
You know, big-time players, they just make big-time plays, and that's exactly who Carly Gazzardo is.
Prendergast with some room. Quickly eliminating that room is the Profs' defense. With an opportunity now, a throw-in. The Profs are not staying out of their zone, though. Can they put one in the back of the net? Olivietto. Six minutes. Rolling out. And there you go. And it's taken so long that our head manager, Professor Stacy Gitlin, has left and has now come back. I just saw her walking up the stairs.
Well, that's how you know that this game has gone on for a very long time, rightfully so.
Right place, right time. Emma Edwards sending it forward. Up dead sprint. Cronow's got the speed. The kick's going over. And it'll continue to bounce. Prendergast, who has been, again, incredible in her 84 minutes of play tonight. Carly Gazzardo trying to take this one away. No foul called. Olivia Giordano falls to the ground.
And you could just see that the Rowan crowd is just voicing their displeasure every time Olivia Giordano falls onto the field. But then, you know, you got to expect this now that the physical intensity is starting to ramp up here as we are now approaching the 4.5-minute mark of overtime 2.
Thrown over the head. And that one will roll out. It will go the way of the Red Hawks. And Carly Gazzardo has another opportunity here. 4:20 remains in OT number 2. I think for this Red Hawks team, they'd like to end it as soon as possible. Don't want to go to PKs. Samira Lukovic. A shot incoming. Outside of the box. Giordano's asking, where did that come from? And she's going to get an answer, but it's staying the same.
Well, it's going to be Carly Gazzardo on for the free kick. And from the vantage point of where Gazzardo is, it's kind of hard for her to take a shot off the free kick. So I got to think that this is going to be a cross into the box.
Gazzardo getting ready. Team setting outside the goalie box. Incoming. Justin was right. It's outside. Mullins. And they'll kick it away. I wouldn't say chance averted entirely, as here's Gazzardo. Gazzardo able to keep it around the defense. Ettinger right there. Scooping it up, and 3 minutes remain.
And that was a sneaky shot from Gazzardo because I thought she was going to cross it into the box there. Instead, she fired one on goal, and Ettinger was ready for it to make the save.
Mullins. It comes down to everything you want. Hicks. On the far end. 2:30 remains. Again, with a chance, Kronow looking to cross it in to Lukovic. It doesn't work out, and the defense is there. Gazzardo's there once again. She's going to pass it off to Mullins. Mullins goes back to Gazzardo. Gazzardo is going to tap it over. Coming over everybody's head, and Ettinger is there with a nice catch to keep this one tied and to potentially avoid a threat.
A nice late push from the Red Hawks. You saw the little give and go of Prendergast and Kronow on the far end, and in the end, once again, the Profs defense, who has been so stellar to this point, clears it away out of harm's way. And the Red Hawks just unable to get that golden goal. As now time is becoming a factor, Vin. Under 2 minutes left. You know.
Red Hawk fans are getting loud and they're getting vicious. Kylie Prendergast, I apologize. Kira Henderson in the back. Solange Bell kicks it. A long season for everyone and every game they played. Rowan ranked, Montclair not ranked. An undefeated season for them. Rowan spoiled spoiled by Montclair and do not win the NJAC regular season champs. But look for revenge. Lukovic over to Mullins. Mullins is going to find Lukovic. 1 minute remains. Sending it inside, looking for Prendergast. Ettinger going to come up once again and take it away. Wow.
It was a good try from Lukovic. She was looking for the through ball to Prendergast, but again, Ettinger being so alert in net just comes off her line, collects the ball, and regroups for the Profs.
It's bouncing. Nobody's able there to get it. Lukovic heads it over. Keeping it in the air. They're going to call it. Wow. With 20 seconds remaining, no clock stopping, they're going to wait for it. 13 seconds. Justin, we're 10 seconds away from going to PKs. Shot coming in. Looking for a last opportunity. Justin, we are going to penalty kicks in the NJAC final. What is going through your head and what is going through this team's head?
It's so fitting that this game is going to come down to PKs because both these teams, they deserve to be in this moment, and it's just so fitting that it's gotten to this point. And my goodness, I mean, this has been just such a great match today. And oh my goodness, you talked so much in the pregame about how tensions are rising. The tensions are high. Well, I don't think it gets any higher than this, Vin, to be honest with you, man.
Justin, it doesn't get much higher than this until it does. And that's where we're at right now with PKs. All the yellow cards and fouls, they're out the door. The records are out the door. The rankings are out the door. The stamina, the last playing 110 minutes and winning in PKs is out the door. It all comes down to this. 5 minutes to talk everything over, to pick your shooters.
Wow.
This is what legends are made of. At MSU Soccer Park, with a bunch of fans looking over from Red Hawk Deck, with Rowan Radio, WMSC, and the Red Hawk Sports Network here to bring everyone the action around the world.
I mean, this is...
We're going to look at the monitor really quickly and take a look at this replay. The shot coming in, and you can see that one's just a little bit high. We saw the shot from the opposite corner. This one bounced around, and guess what? Knocked off ahead and goes into the back of the net. Well, it wasn't over. For many that thought it was over, it wasn't. A foul called on Isabella Cronau, and then later, with only minutes remaining and a big opportunity, Cronau would find some room, and you see Lukovic is just able to pick up the left foot and put it in.
It doesn't matter when you score, Vin. Or excuse me, it doesn't matter how you score. It's when you score. And that's exactly
now it comes down to it.
and that's exactly what happened as we still continue to look at other plays from the action.
And of
You
course,
saw the shot from Gazzardo.
just minutes ago.
And, you know, and honestly, Vin, with 3 minutes to go until we start the penalty kicks, this is where the strategy sets in. You know, obviously you have big-time players on both teams. You have Kylie Prendergast of MSU, Olivia Giordano of Rowan. You have Sarah Weidman, Mackenzie Albert, just so much star power on both sides. It's going to be interesting to see where the strategy kicks in on when you place the shooters. Like, do you have Kylie Prendergast go early on in the shootout, or do you have her go maybe in the third round? Same thing goes for Giordano. Like, do you put her in the first round here to try to kickstart the shootouts and the goals here, or do you put her in the back end of it to save her for possibly winning it as well? And it goes both ways. So it's going to be interesting to see what both of these coaches do here as they strategize when they want their shooters to go in place. As you're just still looking over at The Montclair State Redhawks all huddled up together, talking it over. You know, Coach Patrick Naughter's in the middle of that conversation, just getting their team ready to go here. So we'll see what Scott Leacott does and Patrick Naughter for the Redhawks.
The last time that an NJAC final was decided by PKs, and we're going to have to look at this, 2021 when TCNJ defeated Rowan.
Wow.
5-4 in a shootout after a scoreless draw. We'd have to look over it. That's it. We're excited for PKs as here we go. Everybody will move over to the right side. Fans from Montclair and Rowan will sit next to each other. Athletes, fans, family, friends, lovers of the Redhawks and the insane action that we've seen today. It's correct. The last time that a playoff NJAC final has gone to PKs was TCNJ against Rowan. TCNJ would win, and we're setting up for the first kick. Edinger in net. Lessica. Setting up. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Here we go. Kick number 1 of PKs. Goes to the left. She got it. That's one. Redhawks strike first.
Big time shot from Lessica, going bottom left corner Vin into the back of the net. And that is exactly what Coach Naughter drew up to start the penalty kicks.
Angela Oliveto. She scored 2 goals against Montclair in their last appearance against each other. Solange Bell in net. Deep breath from everybody. Slowly comes up. Right there! Solange Bell reads her like a book and is able to take it in. Redhawks 1. Rowan 0.
Unbelievable job from Solange Bell. She started in the middle, and then she kind of cheated her way over to her left, and I think that caught Oliveto off guard, and that's why she ended up getting the save.
Next up is Mackenzie Albert. Mackenzie Albert, second team all NJAC. She'll set up. The kick. It goes in 2. 2-0 Redhawks. Nothing to cheer about just yet. You still need the rest.
A big time shot from Albert, going bottom right corner. Caught Edinger going the other way. And the Redhawks with an early 2-0 advantage, Vin.
Liana Sanfelice is up. She had a PK kick last time against CCNJ. She was able to make it. Here we go. And that one finds the back of the net. Rowan still down 2-1. Big shot coming.
And that was
from the midfielder of the year, Shannon Mullins.
And that was absolutely clutch from Sanfelice. It looked like Bell was going to her left, but Sanfelice kind of stayed middle on the shot. And a clutch moment to cut it to 2-1 here in PKs.
Big opportunity here. Mullins, deep breath. Midfielder of the year this year. 2 years ago, rookie of the year. The shot. Over the head. We are not done yet. 2-1.
And Mullins, she looked like she was going down the middle the whole way, but on the shot, she levitated the ball just a little bit too much. And now Rowan with an opportunity here to knot it up at 2 apiece.
Big shot incoming. It's Sarah Weidman, the junior midfielder. The first shot of the game. Now with an opportunity, and that one's Bell's going to let go to the back. We're tied at 2. It ain't over yet.
It is not over yet. A big-time shot from Weidman. Going to the top left corner of the net. And coming in, Vince, she was 0 for 1 on PK attempts. Now 1 for 2 on the season.
Justin. Kylie Prendergast coming up. The offensive player of the year. In her last 4 games, she has 4 game-winning goals. Let's see if she can have a big one for the PKs. The shot, she's got it! Offensive Player of the Year, and knocks one in to put her team in the lead. 3-2, big shot coming down to the runner-up, hypothetically, Olivia Giordano for Offensive Player of the Year. It all comes down to this. Storylines are here. Fans are on their feet. Here we go. Finds the back of the net. We are not done yet. 3-3. My goodness.
Big time plays from big time players, Vin. Kylie Prendergast just delivered a goal for the Redhawks. Now Olivia Giordano does the exact same. And once again, we are all knotted up at 3 apiece. And look at this, Vin. Solange Bell is taking a penalty kick for the Redhawks.
Here we go. This is what it comes down to. Solange Bell, a multi-sport athlete, getting ready. She winds up the kick. She's got it! She saves the net, and she knocks it into the net.
An unbelievable story. The goalkeeper of the year in the NJAC takes the penalty kick and delivers a perfectly striked ball into the top left corner. And now she has to hop right back into net, Vin, to try to make the stop. Oh, my goodness.
Bella Moore coming up for the Profs. She'll return the ball to the spot. She was an Offensive Player of the Week this year. Back on the 29th of September. Here we go. The shot. It hits the top. The Montclair State Redhawks are NJAC champions. It's all over, folks. It's all over. Montclair State has beat the Rowan Profs at home to win their 6th NJAC Collegiate Championship. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Fans are on their feet, and we're going to let you soak this one in. My goodness. An NJAC championship you will never forget. From highlights all over the place. 110 minutes of soccer. And then the Redhawks win. Justin, they win it on a Solange Bell kick. And then she saves it in net. You can't make these things up. Justin, take us through it.
No, you can't make it up, Vin. I think you said it absolutely perfectly. The fact that it came down to Solange Bell, the NJAC Goalkeeper of the Year, coming up in the brightest moment, delivering a goal, perfectly placing it to the top left. It was just an unbelievable job, and then from that point on, she came back in, and she didn't make the save, but instead it hit the crossbars. We're going to take a look once again. First goal from Madeline Lezica by the Redhawks, and he take it again. And a big save from Solange Bell gave the Redhawks the 1-0 lead, Vin. And then moments later, Mackenzie Albert delivers to give the Redhawks the 2-0 advantage. Fast forward yet again, the Profs would not go out quiet. It's now 2-1 on the goal. And then you fast forward again, Shannon Mullins comes up, and she puts it over the crossbar and out to keep it at 2-1. The Redhawks, again, would have to try to make a save, but instead the Profs even it at 2 apiece on the goal. Kylie Prendergast does what Kylie Prendergast does, comes up, putting it in the bottom left corner, giving them the 3-2 lead. And then right back at it was Olivia Giordano who got the goal to make it 3 apiece. And then, of course, it's Solange Bell top left corner, gets the goal to put Montclair State up 4-3, and right after that, the shot goes over the crossbar and out, and the Montclair State Redhawks are named the 2025 NJAC champions, Vin. I mean, I don't know what else to say. This has been just such an epic match to begin with, and once again, and I said it at the top, I was so glad to be calling this alongside you today, as we were in an absolute treat of a match overall.
And for the first time since the 2020 to 2021 season, the Redhawks are champs. Their 6th championship comes huge. Last time, Rowan beat them. This time, they strike back. Rowan falls. Their 2nd time losing in a row now in the NJAC finals with to PKs, but they put up an amazing fight. I mean, this wasn't any other game. This was the NJAC. This was phenomenal. And all of the emotions, the tears from both sides, happy or sad, they come because they both know that they put out the best performance they had on the field. Nothing was like that.
I totally agree with you. You have to give a lot of respect, once again, to the Rowan Profs. You know, they came into a hostile environment here at MSU Soccer Park. The crowd was loud the entire game, and the Profs obviously silenced the crowd in the second half when they had the goal to put them up 1-0. And from that point on, it just seemed as though the Profs were running away with it until Samira Lukovic comes up clutch in the final 5 minutes, getting that tying goal. And from that point on, it was just two teams battling it out towards the end, and as I mentioned before, it's just so fitting that it came down to penalties to decide it. I mean, this has been just such an unreal NJAC final, and you know, it almost kind of makes you want to continue this game. You know, it's like we've seen so much action. It's like you don't want to see it end. These are two teams that deserve to keep on playing, but unfortunately, that's how sports works, Vin. One team wins, one team falls. And in the end, the Montclair State Redhawks are the team that comes out on top, and rightfully so. They deserve it. Just an unbelievable regular season to this point, season as a whole. You know, they obviously finished the regular season 13-0-5, or 12-0-5, and then they won in the semifinals, making it 13-0-5, and now being crowned NJAC champions at 14-0-5.
Before the awards are presented to the 2025 champions, athletes, would you please give a round of applause to the 2025 New Jersey Athletic Conference runners-up, the Profs of Rowan University. For tonight's victory, Montclair has secured the 2025 New Jersey Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Championship. Here to make the championship trophy presentation is Taylor Small, the Commissioner of the NJAC. Assisting will be the Assistant Commissioner, Michelle Brady. At this time, we ask that the team captains and head coach Pat Lauder please make their way to the center of the field to accept the 2025 New Jersey Athletic Conference Championship trophy. At this time, a championship t-shirt will be presented to each member of the 2025 Montclair State University Women's Soccer Team. Number 0, Nadia Wilson. Number 0, Maggie Shell. Number 1, Solange Bell. Number 2, Kate Kerr. Number 3, Mackenzie Cousins. Number 4, Madeline Bird. Number 5, Ashley Francesco. Number 7, Harley Gonzalo. Number 8, Danilo Lucas. Number 9, Isabel Flores. Number 10, Kira Henderson. Number 11, Michaela Henderson. Number 12, Warren Miller. Number 14, Warren Hudson. Number 16, Hayden Arena. Number 17, Deanna Percy. Number 18, Emma Edwards. Number 20, Sophia Orlando. Number 21, Natalie Leffiga. Number 22, Emily Schuler. Number 23, Shannon Mullins. Number 25, Tyler Pendergrass. Number 27, Aria Hicks. Number 28, Michaela Little. Number 29, Natalie Latuda. And number 30, Danielle Mullins. Assistant coach, Nicole Cardone. Associate head coach, Harry Sullivan. And the head coach for the Red Hawks, Pat Water. This coach, Whitney Montclair, has celebrated the country's primary qualification to the 2021 NCAA Women's Soccer National Championship Tournament. And the NCAA Championship is revealed during the webcast on NCAA.com and Ladies and gentlemen, one round of applause for the 2025 Regional Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Champions, the Red Hawks of Montclair State. On behalf of the President and Athletic Administrators of the Regional Athletic Conference, we thank you for your support of the NJAC Women's Soccer Season to the rest of the lives.
Can you see that? Pretend like you like each other.
Well, Justin, as we come back now, champions, they've all been awarded their flowers. And just an incredible team, an incredible crew, coached by the magnificent Coach of the Year, Patrick Naughter. It doesn't get much better than this. Taking the team photo with his team right now and letting them all soak it in. They've been fantastic. He's been fantastic. We've talked to him a bunch this season. And it's everything you want.
It's just an unbelievable moment for this team. Obviously, just a lot of new faces on this roster as well. You know, it's so fitting that a team of this magnitude was able to go all the way and become NJAC champions, and it's so unreal. And I can't even imagine what the players are feeling like right now. Just soaking up the moment as, you know, they make their ways all the way down to the corner flag now to get some more beautiful photos. And it's such a special moment, and you know, it's just so great for them, and it's just great to be a part of it as a whole. You know, being on the call with you was awesome. It was just a great.
We ain't done yet, bud.
And I know, I'm just saying, it's just, again, just in general, just great being on the call, and I'm just so glad that we were able to be a part of this. And this is just such a great moment for the university, for the athletics program, for just all the players, the coaches, just all the work that this team has put in to get to this point. It's amazing that it all was worth it. It all paid off, and it's just again, just a special moment, a special night for everybody that has been involved.
And now I believe we'll be ready to go. We're going to send it down to Tyler Copen and to the amazing Coach Patrick Nodder to get his thoughts immediately after this incredible final. He's going to quickly tie his shoe. Got to look good on camera. You got to look good, especially after winning the NJAC. You can't have any untied laces. And you can see just the celebration right now from everybody. NJAC champs. Everybody deserving it. Everyone a part of this team, from the assistant coaches to the head coaches to the players that didn't start every game, to the Kylie Prendergasses of the team and the Carly Gazzardos, everyone deserving this magical moment and really soaking it all in. My goodness. Couple players finish off their collegiate careers this way. I mean, for the Red Hawks, at least, you look, Kate Kerr, this is how she ends. Mackenzie Albert, phenomenal. Ashley DiFrancesco, Michaela Henderson, of course, Emily Schuler, the phenomenal, and the wonderful Kylie Prendergast, Offensive Player of the Year, who I imagine we will speak to in just a little bit. But right now, we are going to send it down the field to Tyler Copen and Patrick Nodder.
Coach, congratulations. You hit your 200th win this season. You said 201 felt sweeter because it was an NJAC win. How does 210 feel? Not only it's an NJAC championship, but against Rowan.
No, Rowan was great all year. I thought they were excellent. In the first half, I thought they killed us. Our kids did a great job adjusting to the game, finding their feet, and I thought we were really good in the second half. And then there's just no quit in this group. I mean, you give up a set piece, 17 minutes left. You feel like, here we go. And they keep battling, they keep fighting. They don't take no for an answer, and they deserve all the credit. I mean, this group is special. I told them right before PKs, I'm going to have to look at their ugly mugs and a championship picture for the rest of my career.
And speaking of PKs, choosing Solange Bell, the goalie, to kick that fifth PK, what went into that decision?
So I thought a big part of PKs is we put a lot of bad ones on film all year. So for us to put we saved the good ones for tonight. Solange Bell is a winner. That kid, we knew she was going to step up. And I just said to Erin takes care of all the PKs. She hit them when she was a player. I wasn't good enough. So we just said, who's going to hold their nerve? Who's got the guts? And that kid's as tough as anybody I've ever coached. And game on the line, moment on the line, season on the line, I'll go with Solange Bell.
Of course, this is always the goal of each season. At the beginning of the season, did you think this team could do it?
No. I thought we were bang average. I thought we lost too many kids. We lost kids that I think will be in the Hall of Fame. And we were just so loaded with talent. And just kept it.
And we're back. And we're back here at NJAC champs for their 5th time ever. Absolutely phenomenal. The Red Hawks for the 5th time in NJAC history, now hold the 2nd place spot for most NJAC champs behind TCNJ's 22, but phenomenal.
And also on top of that, Vin, because I don't think I mentioned it before, but now that the Red Hawks are NJAC champions, that means they have earned an automatic bid to the NCAA Division III tournament. It's mostly unlikely that they'll be able to host in the tournament, but we'll have to wait for confirmation for that. But no matter what happens, they are well on their way to participating in the NCAA Division III tournament for women's soccer. So again, just a great congratulations to them, and their season is not done. They have a lot more work to do. They're gonna obviously celebrate tonight, and it's back to business for this this amazing women's team.
Honestly, I tell them, for the battle that they put up, and even for Rowan, who put up an insane battle, both teams deserve a couple days of rest. I'm gonna come out and say a statement. I don't want to hurt Coach Leacott's feelings or Coach Naughter's feelings, but give these women a nice break for sure. They did fantastic, and they deserve everything. This was not an easy achievement whatsoever. Well, again, 5-time champs, Justin. 5-time champs. Absolutely phenomenal year for them. An absolutely phenomenal season. Undefeated. You look back, and the last time that they were undefeated, you have to go all the way back to 2013, where they had an undefeated season. Justin, they had one loss, however. They would lose in the NJAC finals. How did they lose?
I mean, they lost it on what?
PKs.
Yeah,
exactly.
Penalties, yeah.
All right. Well, an insane night, an insane game, and everything that you could have asked for from the Red Hawks, from this team, from the coaching staff all the way down to the players. We thank you for joining us here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. It's been a fabulous night. I've been Vincent Pacone. He's been Justin Randell. And we wish you and the soccer season a good night.